because Miyamoto doesn't know Mario.
Hello, everybody, or Wahey, I guess. Yeah, Wahey.
Wahey!
Wahey!
We're resting.
Wahey!
Use take two. Anyway, welcome to a Puddles talk on the September 13th Nintendo Direct. Is that right?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right.
Solid org.
Step 1, learn the date of the direct.
September 13th, 2017. I mean, it was a few days ago. We're a little late on this.
We're old news.
Fake news, really.
I'm King Kinzen. I'm joined by,
Hello everybody, Slim Kirby here.
Slim
Oh,
Kirby.
God.
Should I just
all-
take you in order?
We are always people. Anyway, hi everybody, I'm Praise Scooter.
What up? It's Big Rax, aka Odin's back.
Big Daddy Rex?
Hi, my name is Pickle, also known as Pixel King.
Yeah, Pickle of Game Explain fame.
We'll talk about that later.
Hi there, I'm Todd McFarlane, creator of Spawn. Welcome to the Puddles Direct.
Alright.
See, no.
I'm Snack Deck 8.
TBH, Link and Hihachi are better.
I don't know.
Ruined.
Alright. For those of you still watching, let's just get right into it. So, we got a lot to talk about too, so we better just kind of go,
Absolutely.
Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon info. If you get the game before January 10th, you get that recolor Lycanrough. Ooh.
Oh, shit.
I dig it.
It's,
And if you get both games, you get some quick balls or something.
no, it's if you pre-order it digitally, you get 12 quick balls.
Oh man.
Digital
Oh, man.
specific.
Well-
Two teams.
Better make them count, I guess, because after
you're-
that you can't get any more Pokeballs ever.
You're gonna need to really space those valuable quick balls out. Like, that's a game-changing move there.
Also, if you get gold, silver on the 3DS, you get a Celebi.
That's
Yeah.
actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Especially,
Pokemon
especially
thing.
considering you can't get Celebi like normally without like Game Shark or whatever in Gold and Silver.
Yeah, that's interesting, huh?
You can't get it in gold and silver. You just
Yeah, why
get
can't you
for-
just get it in gold and silver?
Yeah, that
I'm
makes
surprised they
sense.
don't add that.
They should. Yeah, they
I
should.
mean,
actually.
they didn't add the Mew for the first three.
They
or
sure
first three
didn't.
songs.
Yeah, but you can still glitch it.
Yeah.
But you can't.
They
transfer
knew.
This is
it.
They
also
knew.
true.
You can't transfer though, which is a shame. But
I
Darn.
thought there was a way to transfer it. I thought people figured
Yeah,
that
well-
out.
well, that's just too much effort for a Mew. I
Well,
gotta be
you know
honest.
what? I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
A fight is about to break out.
What about that Pokeball 2DS though?
This is a... we can get to that.
Just move past Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon
Yeah.
because
we
whatever.
can touch
Fucking-
on it a little bit.
Everybody hates Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon anyway. They all wanted Pokemon Stars for some reason, so...
They
They
wanted
wanted-
the
yeah.
same game,
They
different
wanted
title.
a port on the Switch because people buy consoles and then expect the developers to justify it to them when really you should justify buying a console and then just do it. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
When I want it, why didn't I get it? Moving on.
We're
There's,
gonna get Pokemon on the Switch anyway, guys.
there's
Pokken.
new Ultra Beasts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which,
Yeah, there's a
I mean,
Walking 2.
who cares? But like, well, I don't care. I don't. Whatever.
I don't care.
The Ultra Beast not my thing from that game. But I feel like the fact that there are new ones maybe means there could be more new than it looks like they've shown. You know.
It's interesting because there've never been new Pokemon introduced in a generation before.
Yeah.
In the same generation, I mean.
Well, I don't think it's gonna be like whole. Well, because the Ultra Beasts are like only a little bit Pokemon anyway. They're kind of different.
That's true.
But like, maybe they'll have new Alolan forms or something also, other than the Lycanroc.
we still really don't know that much about this game.
Yeah, they haven't shown. When is it supposed to come out? Did they say something?
November.
November, yeah.
They've shown like none of it.
At least we know there's new legendary.
Yeah.
I
The
guess.
main thing they've shown us is Pikachu Park. That's about it.
Well, and that's the most important aspect, actually.
Pikachu's with
There's
hats.
so much Pikachu content. What is this?
So extra. Like,
It's
honestly,
like they know Pikachu's like one of the coolest Pokemon, and then he's better than Raichu.
I
Like,
wonder-
It was
It's
almost
not
a fairy.
False.
There's no Raichu Park. Like,
it's like the It's inspired. It's probably inspired by that really bad episode of the Indigo League anime,
Probably.
where Ash is like, "Oh, look how happy Pikachu is playing with these other Pikachus. Guess that means I should just leave them behind."
I'm unsubscribing.
It's a bad episode.
You're unsubscribing to the Pokemon anime?
No, I'm unsubscribing to the channel because Taryn talks shit about my favorite episode of the Pokemon Indigo League.
Bad
I'm leaving.
Wow.
Bad episode.
You lost
Yeah,
me here.
So it's weird. I'm really hoping it's not like a Pokemon Emerald Platinum situation, and that it's got more of an original story.
Yeah.
The story will be slightly different.
Yeah, I'm hoping, because you guys pointed it out, Pixel and Snack, I think, were the ones that pointed this out to me, that there was like the part where they're on they're in the place with Lusamine, and it was like the same people. It was like how,
it's like the same
Yeah.
and that kind of gets me a little worried.
It's gonna be the same game, but with more hats.
Yeah, more cutscenes, like different cutscenes.
We'll
so
see.
Pokemon's become
They
Team
should
Fortress
just
2.
call it
Noted.
Hat Sun and the Hat Moon.
All right. If I don't know why I decided to, step back on my words about leaving, but Odin saying that now just completely solidifies it. I'm out of here.
360.
And
I just don't like Pokemon.
Fair enough.
you really don't. Also, we're getting a Pokeball new 2DS XL November 3rd.
Sweet.
Okay, that's a birthday present for me. But I will say on that I'm okay with 2DS XL, that one that actually looks like a good system.
Like, can you even use the C stick to control the camera though on 2DS XL?
In that game, maybe.
Well, just
No.
in general. Does it have?
I think that's what the C and C6 stands for, is camera
Yeah.
stick.
Yeah, if it has camera controls, it's usually bound to that button.
So it's just the idea of the new 2DS XL is still just hilarious to me. It's like a 2DS, which is kind of like a downgrade from your 3DS, and then it's like a new 3DS and a 3DS XL, which are both like upgrades, and we're just like mixing and matching them in every way possible now.
Yeah, I forget
Also-
which. Like, I think I forgot the new 2DS XL was even a thing until they showed like a bunch of them this time.
Alright.
All right, let's move on. We're oh my
next-
god.
Next, probably there's Pokemon. We have plenty to talk about.
Yeah.
I think there was more Pokemon after this.
There
Yeah.
was.
They talked about Silver and Gold.
We mentioned
Yeah.
that a
Yeah,
little
we
bit.
kind of touched on
They,
that.
they had a release date. I don't know if that was
Um,
already talked about.
The
They already did.
22nd.
It was already announced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, new content, Raxy.
Look, I wrote everything down from this conference, alright? So I'm saying it.
It's fine. I wrote everything down that's important. So.
Oh,
Oof.
That means we're a big chunk of we're in the
Yeah,
middle
we
where Taryn's just gonna force memes skip us over.
Yeah. Well,
There's an entire 50-minute block in the middle. It's just a heads
yeah,
up.
actually, now that I think about it, this isn't important.
All right.
Alright, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Plus Bowser's Rabbids or whatever.
Plus Bowser's Goomba amiibo. There's a Goomba amiibo.
Koopa and
Goomba
Goomba.
and Goomba.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's
to be fair,
you can get a
those-
Goomba amiibo.
to be fair, they are classics.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, but
You're gonna sit here and talk bad about the Goomba amiibo. So should we just ignore the Waddle Dee amiibo then?
Yeah, but Waddle Dee has like a spear and a bandana.
There's a little more design sensibility put into the Waddle Dee amiibo.
Isn't he also like on a cloud?
Yeah, he
too?
is.
Like,
Yeah.
The
like
Goomba one is
come
like,
on.
oh, did you ever want a Goomba?
Here you go.
All right, there you go.
I think it would be a little worse if it were like any other Mario enemies.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
For
a
sure.
These two, I'm a little like,
Charging
Maybe
Chuck.
maybe like
Reznor.
the next, maybe like the next Mario Party or something. Just Goomba will be.
He's just there. He's
Just a
just
Goomba.
Like,
on the he's on the amiibo stage. He's like, "What up, I'm Goomba."
this is the content people
Rax is
subscribe
on his soapbox about a Goomba. God damn, help this man.
Well, you can use them in Bowser's minion mode, right?
I'm buying it.
We should all get one.
I already have one.
Was there a Spike amiibo? I'm trying to remember.
No, there was not a Spike
thank
amiibo.
God.
Just
There's a boo.
Red-
boo, boo.
You already got the Goomba amiibo?
I think if we were to get like another like bad guy from Mario, like a whatever bad guy, the only one I
Tiger.
actually that makes more sense. I was gonna say Hammer Brother would be okay. I think.
Maybe.
It's toss-up between those two.
He's not an assist trophy. He doesn't need more.
I think I'm gonna wait till the
Even though it's
Reznor amiibo though.
Yo, it's all about that Lava Lotus amiibo.
Oh, give me some Ninja, please.
I'll take a Rip Van Fish amiibo.
A dolphin from Mario World.
And climax.
Anyway, you can use
Not
amiibos to get stamps in this game, which
Yeah.
there have been stamps in other Mario games, but that's weird because they're used for Amiiverse, and I'm gonna guess these probably aren't.
They said it was for get items in game.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, Taryn, what's one of the amiibos you can use with this game?
I don't know. Probably Donkey Kong.
What about Goomba?
Yeah.
Whoever makes like the little image for this Puddles talk, can we put a Goomba amiibo on there?
Yeah.
Just the whole talk, just be
No, just
Goomba.
make them. Yeah, just make them like cornerstone or corner piece holders, just one in every corner.
I wasn't that invested in the Bowser's Minions mode when we saw it at the E3, but I actually think they kind of explained a little bit about the story where it's like they're like trying to find Bowser. It's like a little like baby minion like bad guy quest. It looks kind of cute now. I like it, the idea of it more. I thought it was just gonna be like a mini game before.
I like it because it seems like it's trying to basically branch a period of time of where the hell is Bowser in the arc when he's not.
Where is Bowser
Well,
San
lack of
Diego?
spoilers.
It looks like you get like a lot of like minions too, like right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I
like a
definitely
whole
saw
bunch of
Pokies and
them.
Wigglers or something like
Cool.
that.
Ooh.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it's just gonna be like an add-on story a little bit. Like it's
Yeah.
probably not gonna be very long, but it's like additional content. It's not just like how the Game Boy Mario's had fucking
Mario Bros.
Mario Bros on it, all of them. It's not like something simple.
All
I
of
mean,
them. And and Superstar Saga had it.
They were.
Yeah, well, I wonder if this one will have that.
It wasn't even an arcade perfect port. It's foreshadowing.
It's, no, sorry, it's just a better port.
Yeah, you're right. But yeah, that's that, I will say the bosses at least keep their good designs because I think we talked about this before in the E3 vid, but the standard enemies in Superstar Saga just look so basic, cookie cuttery, new Super Mario Bros. Whatever.
Did they show more of that this time? I kind of feel like we may have been mistaken when we were pointing that out during the E3.
They don't really show
They still have
bosses
those. They still have those little bean Goomba things and like the big
have
dopey looking dinosaur guys. I don't think it's as bad as we thought it was.
The Koopas are like the worst, like the Troopies or whatever, because they used to have big heads and be on all fours, and now it's just like they're Koopas with
Yeah.
promo
Yeah.
All
What
I'm
was
saying is that could have just been like early like placeholder footage.
I mean, we'll see, but I don't know. I like the bosses. Like they're obviously gonna look the same because there's no like new Super Mario Bros. Equivalent or whatever.
There's
There's
no
no-
asset in which to put like a lower amount of effort into.
You can't whole star from any other game.
No, the Chicola Cola boss is just gonna be a can of 7-Up or something.
It's like a product.
What if the game's music is just from New Super Mario Bros?
I'd quit. I do like the original. I'll probably get this later on. I'm probably not a day one
Yeah.
person.
It's kinda my
I
thoughts
just
right
the only
now.
thing for me, I guess, like personally, I think. At first, I was like, "Oh, what the fuck? They're changing the designs." From everything we've seen of the game after that, it doesn't look like they have, at least to me. But I just don't like the art style as much as
Yeah.
the
I agree
original
with that.
Superstar Saga.
I do
And
love it.
But maybe it's got potential.
The original's more colorful, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Are we done with that, guys?
Yeah,
Yeah,
think
I
so.
want to throw something out. I don't know if you want to edit this out, but there is no way we can spend this much time on everything
No,
here, or we
we're
were
not
gonna
gonna.
be here all night.
We're not gonna.
I hope not, because there's
a
definitely
lot of-
like promotional.
I have
things
3
in there.
pages of stuff, and we're on line 3.
Okay, all right. Moving on. Kirby Battle Royale.
All right, we're spending an hour on this.
Yeah, for sure.
It looks cool.
It does.
What is it though?
It's a fighting game.
It's a
Well,
fighting-
it has a lot of modes in it, though.
Yeah, it's a fighting game, but it's like a fighting game like with like an arena fighter kind of thing. Like, it's got a
Yeah.
bunch of different like play modes and stuff.
kinda
Like
set up
there's
okay, sorry.
yeah, well there's like a melee battling mode, and then, but then there's also like a treasure, like a gem collecting mode, like a bunch of little like mini games.
Oh God.
Wrong.
I went back to the website and like accidentally clicked the thing that was just really loud because I was on like the copy poll thing, which we'll talk about in a sec. Maybe we might have to edit that out because that was super loud.
Nah,
I think
it's
one
fine.
of the best things coming from this, and a lot of the things we're about to talk of doesn't seem to have this, but this game supports multiplayer, and it looks like it supports like randos multiplayer too, because there was like apparently like ranked battles and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that's pretty
Online
cool.
multiplayer is what you meant, right?
It's
Yeah,
basically
that's what I'm getting.
okay. You're gonna sit here and say why this power up you have is the best power up. Okay, prove it.
There's also a power poll on the website that just broke everyone's ears.
It wasn't too bad, but yeah. Power pole. Vote for your favorite Kirby power ability. If you didn't pick suplex, you're wrong.
You can vote every
That's
day too.
Parasol. That's my aesthetic, but Parasol's already in the game because it's so damn awesome.
This is also true. Parasol's great.
I think this looks
I like
more
swords.
interesting. This looks more interesting than any of the other like little like Kirby battle kind of things we've seen.
Yeah,
It's
all the
Yeah, I think
Just
so too.
much more like that. I've never felt invested in wanting to play this. I'm like, yeah, I would play this.
because
I
like
think those would be cool if they had online multiplayer though.
Yeah.
To be honest.
yeah, like all the other ones. Well, first of all, actually interesting thing. This was kind of mentioned at E3 apparently. I thought they said something about like a action game, like a multiplayer action game coming at the end of the year, and I just assumed, oh, that was the Switch game. Apparently they said 3DS, so apparently that's what this is.
Oh.
And we just got an
Yeah.
extra Kirby game anyway, which is fine with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
We'll talk
think
about that
like
later, though.
you mean like what this is what they were talking about when they said 4-player Kirby
Yeah, they
game.
said that at an direct before E3 this year.
Yeah, and we were all like, oh, what's it gonna be? And
Yeah, I forgot they said it was on 3DS, so I just
Yeah.
assumed the Switch game, which we'll again talk about later, it was that. But no,
Yeah.
so that's cool. Vote for Yo-Yo, please.
everyone go vote for Cutter, the
Actually,
classic ability.
I did vote for that one of the days.
Good old school one. Really fun in Superstar. Just got a lot of different versatility to it.
I voted. I also voted for ESP and Bomb, which I think they said was from Kirby's Adventure, and that's wrong.
ESPN Kirby?
I was gonna make that joke.
John Madden, Kirby?
Can you vote for Light?
John
You
Kirby?
Can vote for lights.
You can, but it's got like a marker because some of them have markers to let you know they won't be able to be in this game.
Well, while we're at it, Sleep can get in, so vote for Sleep.
Yeah, Sleep can get in, Paint can get in. So
Roller.
I actually voted for that just to see like if they were gonna flesh it out like they did with Magic and Squeak Squad.
When
That'd be cool.
when they were showing footage of this game, they had like the different characters had little like names, like little character names. The names were Marks 02, Magalore, and La La La.
yeah.
The four most
you know,
menacing
the
and
great
important
evil.
Kirby enemies.
You have 3 god monsters
really
and then
the
half,
four fiends, really, of Kirby.
half of like a duo that makes up the easiest boss in Kirby, or one of them. Besides like Wispy Woods, maybe.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess we can move on to Yokai Watch 2, Psychic Spectres.
Watch
Next.
out, you guys, because Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are gonna tank, and Yokai Watch 2 is finally gonna replace Pokemon. I'm calling it right now. It's all of us fucking red-pilled woke-ass gamers, us true gaming warriors out there knew this day was gonna come someday, and here it finally has. Yokai Watch is gonna overthrow the Big P.
Oh, Mac, you realize that this not only is the second game, but a deluxe edition, like a platinum style game. So like they're clearly doing decently if they're like to this level.
Look, it's popular enough in Japan.
Who?
Yeah.
It's popular enough here too to justify it.
It's popular enough here. It's really
It's
popular.
doing
in Japan.
fine. Like, it's not
Yeah.
doing bad or anything, but, like, it's against Pokemon, like, no way. It's
Yeah,
not
they-
gonna-
What if
think that-
kids in school like Yokai Watch more than Pokemon?
I mean,
It's no sense in
They're
being-
wrong.
here's the thing, Owen.
They're wrong.
I think you gotta compare sales figures from like
Yeah.
all of Yokai Watch to probably just Sun and Moon and just look at it.
Because here's the thing, yeah. Kids
All right, I'm
like
looking it up.
Kids like it for sure, but like Pokemon sells like it's probably selling good here. Pokemon sells amazing everywhere. Like in Japan, Yokai Watch might be comparable. In America, like good doesn't mean Pokemon. You know, there's a difference.
The thing is, it didn't replace Pokemon.
And no, even though even despite the warnings of a lot of clickbaiting YouTubers, it didn't replace Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay, I got some numbers for you. All right,
Alright,
because we need this. All right.
I want to point out Odin, who said, "Yo, guys, we gotta move this along."
No,
And
we
he's
got-
now looking
no,
up
this has gotta-
sales figures.
Nah, this has gotta happen. All right, Sun and Moon, because we gotta get Sun and Moon out of the way. Global, as of July 2017, 14 million.31. Yokai Watch, the first one, 2.5.
Okay, so comparable.
Okay, so considering it's a new series versus a long-running series, I'll say good.
It's
a little bit
not
better than
bad-
normal.
Not a bad number.
Yeah, that's good.
Second one, I won't tell you, but I'm gonna look it up.
I'm gonna guess it was lower. I'm gonna guess it was probably lower than Sun and Moon.
Yeah, maybe.
TBF, Sun and Moon, like one of the best-selling Pokemon games. It did really good. It probably because it came out after Go. That probably helped a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, Yokai Watch 2 actually did sell more. It sold 3.5.
Oh,
There you go.
that's close to 14.
Impression. They're
All right.
interesting.
All right. Anyone got anything to say about that?
No.
Not really.
Everyone go buy Yokai Watch 2.
Let's finally overthrow Pokemon again.
All
Alright.
10 million of you, so we can overthrow
Okay.
Sun and
Well,
Moon.
all 10 million of our viewers.
Yeah, all 10 million viewers.
Okay, I appreciate Yokai Watch the series. I personally don't like it. How's
I've never
that?
tried it. It doesn't look. I don't like the designs of the things. I think I watched the cartoon once and was like, "This is dumb," but like I guess the Pokemon anime is too.
Pretty
All right.
much, yeah.
I mean, it's clearly Pokemon, like
Yeah.
clearly, but again, Pokemon wasn't the first. Pokemon was the first successful one of its genre. I wasn't the first to try it, so
Yeah. Well,
anyway,
yeah. I was just say, Disney Channel has like both those shows and Digimon now, so that's interesting. It's got like the monopoly on those.
The
Yeah,
Monopoly.
Anyway, why didn't I write down the full name? Layton, Professor Layton.
The
Mystery
Millionaire
Keeper?
Mystery.
Is this
Yeah.
a new game?
it's
No,
a-
it was on iOS and Android.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So it's
I was gonna
DS
say
now?
because they
Or is it
mentioned
on
that
that?
there was 3DS like exclusive, so I
Yeah.
figured it already had like
Oh.
other.
It's
That
gonna be
I did not know.
Exclusive stuff. If it's coming to 3DS, it's October 6th.
That's
It has
cool.
like an
It is.
exclusive outfit or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just like costumes and stuff, nothing like spectacular.
So basically, it's if you like more point and click, or if you like Layton, congratulations, you have it one now. It doesn't require you to have a phone plan.
Was there a Layton on 3DS that wasn't the Phoenix Wright thing?
I want to say there
Before?
was.
I think
No, I think they were just the DS series.
Oh.
Really?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
All right, more research for the SPAC.
Well, can we move on while Spag's looking at that?
Of course, of course.
The best game of all time.
Minecraft, baby.
We're back at Minecraft once
Wait, I need to
again.
weigh in on this. I'm kidding. I don't want to weigh in.
Turns out Reggie could get some of this, so he doesn't have to go to jail.
Reggie's freed from jail now.
They're like, all right. First of all, this is a new 3DS exclusive, or not exclusive, but like it can't be played on the original 3DS. Like it can't be played on the original 3DS is what I mean. Minecraft.
What if
is only-
Minecraft was an exclusive on anything?
You can play as Santa in this Minecraft.
Yo, I'm down
Play with the skin. Yo, we got some Layton games on 3DS. We got Professor Layton and the Azrin Legacy,
Oh,
and we
yeah.
got Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask. So
Okay.
Musical
the
matter.
3DS titles.
I guess I'll have to preface by saying I'm not a Layton fan, though. I mean, I played one of them. I don't remember which one it was, and it was pretty cool. But I'm not into it. But it's cool that I guess another one's coming.
All right. Yeah. So Minecraft on 3DS. It was. They're like, all right, this is coming out after the direct, so I guess it's now available if you want it.
Yeah, it is.
And physical versions coming later.
Whoa!
Which
Get
will
it?
probably sell well, to
are
be
you-
honest.
Are you telling me for the last 4 days I could have been playing Minecraft 3DS and I
saw,
won?
I saw like a meme where like it was announced, and the guy like gets out of his chair and runs out of the room. I guess he was gone to go buy it or something. It's funny.
It's on 3DS right after the presentation, so I'm just gonna go ahead.
I think I'm gonna go download it right now.
Alright, guys, you have to wait because actually, you know what? I think Slim and Pixel can handle.
I was
all
about to
this
say,
stuff.
yeah,
Let's
they
just give it
should
to
talk
these two.
about
They're
it.
data miners in this next
Mario
topic.
Party.
No, I think what you mean is Slim and Fickle Pickle can handle this.
Fickle Pickle, yeah.
Game Explain's own Fickle Pickle.
Everyone watching this, go to Game Explain's video about this game and just leave in all caps a comment that says Fickle Pickle on it.
You mean
We gotta get
Minecraft?
we gotta get that known.
Now we're talking about Mario Party, the top 100.
Yes.
Toughest of
The
100.
final fight.
Yeah, but pieces in it, so.
There is a jigsaw puzzle game in this game, yeah.
Is it the Mario
Sure
Party
that
4
is.
one?
No,
No,
it's the Mario Party 9, I think.
10?
Oh, okay.
Jewel drop? Or
No,
I-
9. No, 9. Jigsaw
Oh.
Jumble or whatever it was.
this next. Okay, I've
Yeah.
seen that sheet so many times. It's like I'm over it.
Yeah. But
Alright,
Collection of video games.
basically, 100 games from the past 10 console Mario Party games going to be in one 3DS game. What it's going to have aside from that, they only showed minigame footage in the Nintendo Direct, and it's only minigame footage on the website, so we have no idea what board game aspect's going to be in it. Apparently there is a board game aspect, but we have no information on that whatsoever. Really curious how it's going to do, but again, we'll have to find out more information before we do anything.
I want to sidetrack for just 1 second.
Sure.
Is there a cricket in somebody's room?
What?
Can you guys hear that?
I hear a cricket.
I hear
Yeah,
a cricket.
I heard it.
Mentioned it.
Okay.
Shout out to the cricket.
He
Sorry.
knows what's real. He's the guy who voted on the 65th Mario Party top 100 game.
Who would win? 6 professional commentators, 1 chirpy boy.
Or
One
a
cricket.
One chirpy boy. Okay, I'll be asking some questions about that one now.
We'll talk about it later. Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, I hope it's just because it's like doing like best Mario parties that there is like traditional board gameplay, but they have never said a word about board gameplay except on like social media.
I
So
would.
On the
would be-
website it says like there is board gameplay and you can adjust the number of turns you can play, but that's such a vague thing. They've been vague about other stuff in the past, so we literally have no idea.
They
okay,
haven't said anything
Even when
about
I
whether
read
it's popular or
that
not.
first, I thought they meant like you set a number of turns the mini games you play, so it's like a board game. So I had no idea.
Maybe.
what it meant.
And that's true, it could be like that, so we just have no idea.
Yeah,
If
it can mean anything.
if this has boards, I'm probably gonna get it.
It will, but it could be along
Like-
the lines of the new ones,
Yeah,
to be
if
honest.
it has like good boards,
It-
I'm probably gonna get it.
I was wondering. I think Slim kind of like Slim and Pixel kind of both brought this up, but in the past to me. But I think like I think it could be something more akin to like minigame Stadium maybe in Mario Party 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's-
for me, if that's the case, I will pass because
I will probably pass too.
I'm probably gonna pass too. Mainly, my big reason is because it's on the 3DS, and I just think Mario Party works better on playing on TV with your friends.
Can you also not play online on this? Because I'm pretty sure
no, it's local
they
play.
said that.
Which local?
And
Also,
if-
can we just take this away from NDQ because they butchered Mario Party? Thanks.
Yeah, but most of the people who used to work on Mario Party are now in that ND Cube or whatever it is. So
Get
like,
together.
they're not doing a good job.
I'm just saying, like, it's most of the same team. They just suck now, I guess. They're like, well,
Yeah.
we need to come up with something for Mario Party 11. Let's just take all the other ones instead.
The ideas actually just came from the Big B in Hudson. It was all it's doing.
Fuck that B.
We gotta get like B movie or something to work
Big
on.
B was for boards.
I think we gotta get like Chirpy Boy and that B to like fight it out or something.
Shoutouts to Ficket Cricket.
Oh my god.
Ficket Cricket on Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, as of right now, was it 68 pixel or 67?
68, yes.
Yeah, Pixel actually took the liberty of starting this, but he actually, and I helped quite a bit as well. We determined 68 of the 100 minigames that will be in the game just from the trailer and the website, so we're still trying to figure out those last 32.
Basically, what you're saying is if we get one more minigame confirmed, I'm into this game. I'm invested in it.
Pretty much, yes, exactly.
Crickets on a crickets?
The game with the Mario Party with the most representation so far is well, the best one, Mario Party 3, with 10.
Yeah.
With 10. So I'm wondering if it's just gonna be like 10 from every Mario Party.
Maybe.
That seems fair. You can you can go look at Pixel Plume. Maybe we can link that thing you made.
Yeah, but I won't get notified of anything anymore. I needed that.
I just got to say, that's all the Mario Party 10 games we get. That's a shame because we're not going to get the best minigame theme in the series. Let's get a move on.
Yeah.
You never know. They might.
Which
put it, they might
yeah,
put it on
they
there
could.
anyway.
I'd like, well, because also two of the minigames that use that song are Aces High and Waterworld, and those are my favorite from 3. So I'd like to see them anyway. But at least we get the beat goes on.
Bowser's Big Blast.
Weren't a lot of the games in Mario Party 8 like motion control? Like,
Yeah.
how are they
Yeah,
gonna...
that's what's going to be interesting to see what they do.
It sure
Yeah.
is. What if you have to like jerk your 3DS off or something?
like
instead
a
of the
gyro
thing?
control?
Yeah.
Lewd,
I mean, there's also another game.
Oh yeah, that is a
Rest
thing
of
in
it.
Mario Party 8, isn't it? I forgot
Yeah.
about that. The shaking up the
Yeah.
soda or whatever, the paint
Yep.
or whatever it is.
There's another minigame I'm interested in seeing how they do that from Mario Party 1, and that's Tug of War, baby.
That's just gonna be a button.
I think they'll just
masher.
make it a little
Yeah.
Easier.
Mashy bears.
Mashy
It's
boys.
just dumb because they really should only have like a button masher. Like if you're gonna have 100 games, like 20 of them better not be button mashers. Like what's the point?
I get
Like
that.
you only need one. Pick one that's already
Well-
a button masher, and they have a mini, the Mecha Marathon or whatever. Like that's good enough. Don't need more button mashers now.
Yeah.
That could be. I mean, I haven't looked at it too extensively, but that could be why they've picked some kind of weird ones. Maybe just to get a better
Variety?
variety of the things.
I
you
would be
do
fine
within
with
the
that,
minigames.
to be honest, because
Possible.
like it just seems unnecessary. Like people are like, oh, this is my favorite from this. This is my favorite from this. It's
Yeah.
like
Like, well,
they
there's one
play
like
the
that
same.
already.
That's
Yeah.
all right. You don't really need that again. It's already in it.
That being said, do they already have a luck-based minigame?
Well, no, that's not really luck based. Oh wait,
Yes.
Strawberry Short Fuse, kind of.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, add Bowser's Big Blast.
I mean, that should be the luck-based.
Or-
league.
Or if you want to add more stuff from 2, Bowser's Bigger Blast. That way we can just count it as a 4 game, I guess. And we can push the plungers with R instead.
Did
It'll
you guys see there was
tell you.
Day at the Races? Or is that?
No, it's not.
Not yet.
It'll tell you which game it's from because at the bottom it actually shows like what game it came from, which I think is a nice touch.
That is neat.
That is pretty cool.
Nice touch.
Nice. Interesting idea. I just wish it were on the Switch, and I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I need to justify this console I bought after the fact, but I just prefer.
The only reason I'd want a game like that on the Switch is this kind of like, because like if there's a lot of button mashing games, like I can replace a Joy-Con probably easier than I can replace my entire 3DS. So
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've already had an R button go on my original 3DS, so like
Yeah, I
Sad.
did too. I had L go from playing so much Kid Icarus.
I had to go for
Just
R,
mash
go
the whole
for,
game.
Resident Evil Revelations.
Yeah.
Well, that's something we can talk about later. But we done with Mario Party, guys?
I really want to talk about all the features they showed for this upcoming game, Metroid Samus Returns. I think I'm ready to move on for sure.
Alright.
I'm really excited for this game to come out.
Well,
Came out a few
I
days
think-
ago.
It's
Yeah, I
out. Go
I think
get it.
4 of us have this game.
Including me.
I haven't. I haven't played it yet, but I got it.
I don't got it. I already played AM2R.
Not for Canadians, I guess, because all the Americans here got it.
Yeah, alright. Samus Returns has things you can just play for yourself now, so go do that, I guess. Alright, we're ready to move on then from
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, there's no real reason to talk about that. Go get it. It's
It's out already. It's happened.
Good content.
There was
Good
like a
game.
little showcase of 4 3DS games made by Atlas.
They're like, here's all the RPGs. Just have them all.
Yeah.
Have all
Where's
the
my
RPGs.
Where's my
Yo,
pieces
this-
Every single one.
There's
This-
pieces.
The first game they showed, at least in my opinion, totally fucking overshadowed by Octopath Traveler. Like,
Yeah.
this one, in the trailer they go like, 9 characters converge on a path. I'm like, this is the same thing. But worse.
First of all, I wrote it down as Alliance Alice. It's actually Alliance Alive, but I put Alice, I guess.
Alliance Pals.
Alliance Alice in Chains?
Also, these are all early 2018 games, by the way.
Yeah.
Except for Etrian Odyssey 5. I don't think they gave a release for that.
They have a demo.
There's
Oh,
a demo
yeah.
out.
Odin jumping ahead, I guess, but yeah, there's EO.
They're all
the
the
same
same.
category.
Shin Megami Tensei. I never know how to say that. Sandwich. Strange Journey.
I know
Yeah.
people liked Strange Journey when it came out before. It was pretty popular.
It's a Strange Journey Redux.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think probably the most interesting thing, I know Snack was talking about this, there's going to be a 3DS port of Radiant Historia.
Yeah. I love that. I've always wanted to play that because it got a lot of hype when it, well, I mean, from RPG fans at least, it got,
Yeah.
a lot of good exposure when it came out. Like a really late game DS game that everybody was like, yo, everyone should get this. We gotta play this. So people still put out RPGs on Nintendo stuff.
Yeah,
And it's getting remaster port.
that's cool. I've heard a lot of good things about that game.
Is Etrian Odyssey 5 new?
Yeah, it's a brand new one. They've had like special. I think they had 4. Then I think they had some other one that wasn't. It was like Etrian Odyssey Mystery Dungeon or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
So, yeah, this is a brand new one. I downloaded the demo, but I've yet to play it. I kind of wanted to before this happened, but I didn't. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
people
So I'll
talk.
tell you all about it.
I think people are generally pretty fond of that series too. So
I
it's
played the demo for the 4th game. It was alright. If you like it's a maze, like first-person maze type RPG. And there's a lot of those now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are.
But yeah, it was alright from what the 4th one was alright from what I played. I imagine this is probably more of the same.
yeah,
Atlas usually does pretty well, so
yeah. They make RPGs.
download the demo.
Yo, when are
You,
we getting?
you realize most of this, like even we've already talked about what Pokemon and Mario and Yokai Watch. Like,
Yeah.
there's lots
all
of,
RPG.
There was a lot of shit in this
RPGs.
direct.
Yeah.
There was a lot shown. Speaking, we're not even done with RPGs, honestly.
Oh, I was gonna say, when are we gonna get Catherine on the 3DS?
Tomorrow. I just
Tomorrow!
I just
The boss,
I just
the boss
decided
is
that.
Slim
just the
just
monster
announced-
you're fighting.
Holy shit, Slim! Why were you hiding that Catherine announcement from us for so long?
His uncle works at Nintendo and gave him the deets.
I mean,
Let him have this.
that's why he's got John Pieces there.
Yeah.
You're right. Oh shit! Another Atlas classic.
What if all of a sudden just tomorrow Atlas is like, yeah, we're releasing Catherine on the 3DS.
Right
What
now.
if they were like, yo, we're releasing Catherine on a 3DS, and you know what? Pieces Switch.
And it's out right now.
I like the idea that they would be like, all right, Catherine, that's a game we can put on the 3DS. Pieces on the Switch.
On
though.
the Switch. Our big
online
Big up.
multiplayer, ranked
I
matches
mean-
too.
If Pieces came out for Switch, I would buy it. I think at this point.
Yeah, maybe.
There's no maybe
You hear
here.
that?
I mean, the meme, like it would just be worth the meme.
purchase.
I would
memes.
scream.
Scream for memes.
We,
I bought Alien Crush, alright? I'd buy Pieces on Switch.
Uh, all right.
My only TurboGrafx 16 game,
Well,
Alien
yes.
Grudge.
We're gonna say Pixel.
I just said scream on the meme. That's it.
Oh,
That's it.
Which, for those of you not in the call, those of you watching this, Pixel has changed his Skype avatar again. Which Nintendo Treehouse girl is that?
That's Audrey, yo.
Yeah, Audrey, and she is
She
holding
loves
a.
Sander.
Yeah, she's the one that wanted to get. Okay, we're not gonna say that. She's holding up a Koopa and Goomba amiibo. All right, classic amiibo.
This is
Hey,
Behind her just looks like it says "Ugh."
some relatable content for the people that just can't see it.
Flash of a
Will-
picture, future snag.
Yeah, let's just put that in the thing too.
I
Uh,
don't know who's
think that's the
editing.
pic-
Is
the
it
the
Slim
picture
editing?
for
He's
these very
recording.
should we move on to the
Probably.
Apollo Justice on the 3DS in November?
Is it just a remake? Because isn't this already a game?
Yeah, I think
yeah,
it's
It's
just.
already a game. I think it's just a re-release,
Yeah.
Platinum Edition thing again.
I think this is like the only Phoenix Wright game not on the 3DS, so it makes sense.
Yeah, because they released the first 3 on like a digital download thing, and then
Yep.
I think all the other ones are on 3DS, except this one, and maybe Miles Edgeworth. That one, I don't know about that one.
And when they released the 4DS, let's release it again.
Probably.
Featuring Smell. Oof.
Anyway, anyone got any comments about
It
Apollo
lasted
Justice?
7 seconds.
Nah.
Yeah,
I
it sure
don't.
did.
It sure is coming out on the 3DS.
It's sure a game.
And you can also play it, if you wait till October 6th anyway, on an orange 2DS XL that's coming out.
Oh, are you just skipping the other thing?
Wait, did I miss something?
I mean,
Oh, no,
it's
yeah.
on here twice.
Yeah, I was
It's on
waiting
here
until
twice,
the
but
bigger
we'll-
reveal.
Yeah.
I know. I haven't. I didn't. I had it on the list there before, but I'm like, oh, the big announcement kind of came later. I'll just put it there.
Would you say that it was announced a few times?
I think
Mm.
it had no place. Like this little trailer of it had no place being in this direct. Like we knew it was coming for 3DS. We know when it's coming out. They didn't
Yeah.
show anything new. There was no reason to have that.
No,
in there.
they're reminding you because
just that it's
look what they
coming
did
out
at the end.
soon.
We know that game at the end's coming out
Yeah,
too. so
they showed new content for that.
whatever.
Like, yeah, but it's just this was not this was
That
enough.
was 10 seconds.
Yeah, it was just 10 seconds, and then they had another trailer that had actual content anyway.
Yeah.
Poor orange 3DS.
Yeah. Anyway,
So
The 2DS.
the orange 2DS 2DS XL. It's a good color.
People
It's
are
not-
upset that we didn't get it originally.
Nice. Is there any other like 3DS or 2DS or XL or new that is white? Most of them aren't white, no?
I like
No,
all
they're
the
not.
specifications you had to make. It's
Which
like
yeah.
3DS,
Jesus
2DS,
Christ.
new, old, XL, not XL.
It reminds me of like
Explosive, detonative.
it reminds me of like the DS Lite, like that, like just like
Oh,
clear.
Actually, yeah. That was. I think that's like the only portable console besides the GBA that's been white.
I
So.
like that. It's clean. It looks good.
It's a
All right.
creamsicle.
All right.
Uh,
So the big one.
I don't know if I don't even know if there's a way possible we could spend as much time on this game as they did.
Yeah.
Based on what we've been talking about, probably we could.
Well, given the thing, I mean, I'm going to preface it with this, which has been passed around as a meme for a while. Xenoboob Chronicles 2.
Yes.
Sword Art Chronicles Online.
So they talked a good 8 minutes, letting you know all the mechanics of the game, I guess. And
Yo.
so-
I didn't get that.
You know
Okay.
what?
Shout outs to the fact there's basically going to be a blitzball weapon.
Oh my god.
You know what? I didn't care about this when I looked at the direct, so I skipped past it. Because Xenoblade 1 looks like a cool game. I haven't played it. I've seen some of it. It looks pretty good, you know. But I went back and watched this, and even though the art style is fucking terrible and I just hate it, the rest of the game looks pretty cool.
Yeah, the overalls look great.
The story looks really neat. Like, the setting looks even cooler than the first Xenoblade, which was already really cool. Like, it looks very good, I think, outside of the terrible art style.
Also, their swimming. Their swimming is just, oh my god.
Well, I think that's just kind of...
I
Definitely,
know.
like, the character animations are just not the highlight of the series, as far as this goes.
It kind of reminds me of like Dawn of the New World, how they move a little
Yeah.
bit.
I like that like the main character, his little like his home is on like a little like Titan like dinosaur guy. It's really
Yeah,
cute.
dude.
Pretty cool.
It's just it looks imaginative. It looks like a good expansion on the story of the first Xenoblade.
And guys, it comes out before Christmas, December 1st. So
Yeah. I was,
Bigger.
I want to say, I mean, I think there were some neat looking things about it. I thought it also kind of seemed a little like RPG tropey a little bit. Like,
Oh yeah.
there's
of
nothing
course,
wrong
there's a
with that.
You know the
guess
thing I
not
think
that.
though, I don't think you can. I think you have to. Like, there's no way you can. An RPG cannot come off trophy in like a trailer.
I
like-
guess that's true.
Like
That's
all
true.
the, like I wasn't even listening to the talking in any of like the trailers of these RPGs because there's always just like there's a fucking world and you gotta go on a journey. Like that's just what RPGs are.
Yeah, that's true. I suppose.
I just didn't like the announcer voice for that. That was just it. Just
Yeah.
put
That's the
it was
dragon, dude.
I think it was too long. It was a little too long. I
Yeah,
think.
Like there's a point where they're like, well, here, like they're showing you all like the things you do in battle. I'm like, all right, this is getting real extra.
It's extra.
It was just like some of this stuff. Like there's probably just gonna be a tutorial in the game to tell you how to do this.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why do we need this info?
Mhm.
It's like, imagine if there was like a trailer for a Pokemon game. It's like, you can poison your enemies to slowly whittle down their HP or paralyze
Or,
them.
like- Imagine if there was a trailer for like Mario Kart where they explained what all the different items.
You can drive.
Oh.
I think the idea is a lot of people haven't played the first one though, right? So, like, I know it's unnecessary, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like,
I guess.
So,
I would say like most people probably didn't, and those who had played it, maybe there's new stuff that they're excited about, right? So,
Oh, I'm
I
sure.
guess those who-
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm looking on both sides of the coin.
Yeah.
For those who might not remember, that Mario Kart thing happened.
Oh yeah, that's
That did.
right.
That was real. That was a
There was
Nintendo Direct once.
A
That
real
wasn't a
weird
joke.
cringy.
No.
cringy thing. For,
Well, it was a joke, but it was just a joke about a very real cringe event.
Yeah, it happened before Mario Kart 8 Wii U came out, the original version. You know, it's good to see both sides of it, because that's what makes an interesting discussion.
I think this game will be good, and Xenoblade fans will really like it.
Yeah, I still have the first game and have not played it.
Same.
Sad.
I spent so much money on it. I mean, it was just like not like triple digits or anything. Not like I'm paying Path of Radiance prices, but
Yeah.
still spent a pretty penny to get the game. And then, I mean, I guess it's still cheaper than buying a new 3DS XL to. Or
No, a new 2DS XL.
a new 2DS
Come on,
XL,
dog.
or a new 2DS, or a new 3DS, or a new 3DS XL for it.
Or the upcoming new 3DS Mini, which will probably come out in the next.
Stop.
Alright, anything else about
3DS XLI.
anything else about XC2?
Good one, Odin. No.
Nah.
Except that
Good.
it looks like it's another solid RPG that's coming out for a Nintendo thing.
So many RPGs for Nintendo.
hmm
It's pretty good.
Maybe we'll finally see Xenoblade kick that shit out of Chronicles like
Yeah.
Star Wars wanted.
Yeah, I know, right?
The conclusion between Xenoblade and Chronicles is epic battle.
Alright. Oh no, there's one more thing before the Puddle Civil War happens.
It's not necessary. Splatoon 2 updates are out. They're okay.
They're already out there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Kelp Dome's coming back.
It's already back,
The
but
updates are out. September 15th. It
Yeah.
says.
not all of them. There's still weapons that haven't come.
Okay.
I want that goddamn umbrella. That is so my aesthetic.
It's Reinhardt at your service.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Basically.
Okay.
Guys, let's just talk about Lynn already.
Anything?
Let's just
Oh.
talk about Lynn. Like I'm not even holding back. Let's just
For a
talk
moment
about
there,
Lynn.
I thought that Scooter was implying that Reinhardt, the
Wasn't
popular
in Fire
Overwatch
Emblem
character,
Warriors.
was gonna be in Fire Emblem Warriors.
Okay, though dope, I'm not that dumb.
But there is
I
no
thought he was
Reinhardt in
implying he's
Fire.
gonna be in Splatoon.
Yeah,
Wait, why don't they just put just Reinhardt in Splatoon?
Just Reinhardt.
just like a bunch of Inklings, but also you can play as Reinhardt if you want.
You know, a bunch of 3 foot tall teams, and then this 7 foot
Massive
hulking
fucking-
behemoth.
Cyber mech suit man.
Ugh. All right, so I just
Lynn.
want to qualify this by saying I'm like, okay, there's not going to be a character I care about. I'm going to go pee. And then I came back and the Skype chat said, hey, Lynn's in the game. I'm like, okay, sure. The one time I'm not there to see it.
We're talking about Fire Emblem Warriors, by the way. I don't think we ever
Yeah,
said
we
the
didn't
name of the
even
game.
I don't think we even mentioned that when we talked about the 3DS.
For the
Well,
Switch.
that's the thing we skipped
Yeah,
over.
we
I
skipped.
know, but I don't think we even brought up the title.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, this is the game we're talking about that
For
we
Switch.
skipped.
For Switch and for Nintendo 3DS family of systems.
That's going to be a new 3DS exclusive, so you can only play it on your new 3DS, new 3DS XL,
Or a new 2DS.
new 2DS.
New.
But not on your 3DS or 3DS XL or your 2DS.
Oh, damn new.
You know,
Or your Game Boy Advance.
Nintendo-
Or your Game Boy Advance SP. You can't play it on that either.
I know you failed with the Wii U naming convention, but like you don't have to literally put new in the title. You could just have a different title of the thing and it would work too. Just call it something completely else.
Yeah,
And
really.
people would understand it's different.
3DS
If anything, I think the
Plus.
new was a little misleading because like
Right.
I don't know. You go in the store and you're like, oh, I gotta get the new 3DS. They're like, okay.
Here's a new 3DS console for you.
Do you want the new 2DS XL or do you want a new 3DS?
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but guys, can we just talk about Fire Emblem Warriors?
No, I told you this before we started that any praise or you're not allowed to give any praise to this game because I've heard nothing but Darren Batch dude.
This is a no fun zone, guys.
Hey,
right
look,
now.
no
I-
fun allowed.
I am going to at least give credit where it's due. And this is my credit for the game. I like Lynn. That's it.
That's it?
Well,
That's-
everyone was complaining that like, oh, they were saying there was too many sword users, and then guess what character they put in? A sword user, and people are okay with this?
It's-
Not alright.
here's
Not
the thing.
okay.
No, here's what the problem. The devs said that.
Oh.
The devs said that's why they're not having other characters.
Yeah, but then people got on them for that, and now everyone's all excited about Lynn. And guess what? There's still a sword user. So.
All right, Slim, go ahead.
Okay, the one thing I will say, and like everyone knows, I've been a huge advocate for this game since it's been announced, because I love the Warriors games. I love Fire Emblem. I've wanted this since 2004. Even I will admit that I do not like the way the developers like gave updates up until this point because they were very cryptic. They said a lot of things that they would eventually go back on, and it misled a lot of people into thinking what the game is going to actually be and what it's going to be like. And I'm just really, really excited for this, and I think that Lynn being in the cast is going to make this even better for me because I started with FE7. That was my first Fire Emblem game. Lynn was the first Lord I ever used in a Fire Emblem game, and now she's going to be in this game that I've been wanting for so freaking long. So I think it's really, really cool. But I do agree that, yeah, the developers handled any updates to this point really, really badly.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm happy that you are able to be excited for it, Slim, because everything about this, like all the developer comments have been so fucking weird. Like, I would say I feel pretty negatively about the game. I'm just not interested in it. But like, there's been so much negativity and like stuff surrounding it. I'm just tired of it. I just want it to be out. I'm over it.
Here, I guess to go in a little, I'll try to keep myself a little abridged here, but because I think most people know how I feel about this anyway. We did talk about it during the E3 talk too, but it's cool they added Lynn. This is just a theory, you know, Matt Pat, LOL. So I think what probably happened was because they were saying they were saying these things, and I know they said, "Oh, we're mostly going to focus on that," but I think most people were pretty sure they were talking about like the OC characters when they said mostly, and and they were planning on focusing on those 3 games. I kind of wonder if maybe like because there's going to be DLC. We can all agree on that, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
For sure.
And Lynn is one of the most popular characters.
I think we all had an idea that they might include some other different characters in the DLC at least.
Yeah. And Lynn is one of the most popular characters according to the Heroes poll. She is the most popular female character. And I wonder if like she was going to be early DLC, but because of the backlash, they're like, let's just put her in the game now so people will be happy.
Didn't Lynn win? Wasn't she like the top character? Or was that Ike?
Ike won? Is that
No,
right?
Well, Lynn got the most votes, but Ike had 2 characters in the top 10.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
true.
Would both Ike's votes
I
beat Lynn?
think so.
Okay. So
I think
Top female.
I think I also think that Taryn, but I'm not like attached to it. Like
if I'm
like
wrong,
if
sure.
now that Lynn's in,
Yeah.
if they popped a couple more out like in part of the main game or we saw the end, I think it's more likely that that's going to happen now that we know Lynn's in. I'm like, oh well, maybe they'll have some other guys in there, but
Well,
I don't
actually,
know.
interesting thing. I don't know. Pixel, you can talk about this because you were the one that pointed out the thing about the leak. Everyone.
What thing?
About like that box art, the little Lynn
That
sprite.
crappy box art.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad looking, but like the sprite they used on the box art matched up with the one that they have on the website for Lynn. So, I have no idea. They had Anna on the box. They had Celic. Why Celic on the box? I have no idea. they had like Cater or Catria, one of them, and like we'll see if they get added in because they are talking about more characters on the 21st because it just come out in Japan. I think this Friday. Like that's what
Oh wow.
I guess I want to clarify for people who don't know Fire Emblem that just are way fucking far removed from this whole issue. But the reason some of us in here are not excited for the game and don't really want it is because most of the characters are from the latest 2 games that we don't care about as much.
Well, I want to clarify this by saying I really liked Awakening.
I'm
and
saying that the
I
people
haven't
that
finished
aren't
Fates,
into
but
it,
I was into it.
Yeah.
And I also want to say that since this game was announced, I've really wanted it, and I still want it. And
Yeah,
this
said
is going to be
only-
a day one purchase for me too.
I was only clarifying that the people who aren't excited about it feel that way because of that.
I'll let you know that I also am excited.
Yeah,
I
Slim
just
and
want
Odin-
that aired out. I just I got nothing against. I know I was going on like the whole sword thing, but I'm just saying no, I have been excited for the game just in general because I've played like a couple Dynasty Warriors games, so and I love Fire Emblem, so my hope and I mentioned this. I think I mentioned this in Skype or something. I don't know, but I had 2 theories. I mean, the first one, which seems obvious, is they added Lynn as okay, people are pretty mad. We should probably put her in. But my very optimistic, childlike hope is that, hey, let's just give them a little tease of what we actually already have in the game. There's going to be a bunch of unlockable characters, but we better tell them that one of their favorites in they'll give us a break. That's my hope, that there's going to be all these unlockable characters, because I know there is quite a few usually in these Warriors games. So
For sure.
I'm just
for sure. The rosters
could
for
be.
Warrior games are huge.
You can play as Hector, or you can play maybe even just you can play as Barter or something like that, right?
Let's not count out Geitz. I mean, am I right?
In his flaming mane horse.
I'm just saying, all right.
Mhm.
It's not. I don't think it's quite. Well, let's be real here, but I
What
don't think Humans is making it into a war.
Blasphemy.
what about Tharjax?
Maybe fighter Eubins can make it though.
Well, is there another Eubins though? Really? At this point, Eubins is basically the retcon to be a fighter. The canon has changed.
Somehow, it's just he's just a fighter.
We care more about Eubins than anyone, including the people at Intelligent Systems, ever have. So we
Is he
get to
even on
decide
the
who he is. No, he was not.
Odin. Come on, dude.
Just saying.
The last
I think
oh,
Odin.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna. The last thing I was gonna say about Warriors is as the kind of Warriors aficionado of the group, as a Warriors game, this looks freaking cool. Like, I was just watching some of the videos from the Direct and just, like, some of the gameplay clips. It looks exactly like what a Warriors game, I think, should be. Just slaughtering thousands and thousands of enemies and just classic hack-and-slash gameplay. It definitely doesn't appeal to everyone, that kind of gameplay style, and I get that. But for those who enjoy that, like, it looks so good. Like, I'm really, really looking forward to it.
I want an isolated voice clip of Slim saying slaughtering thousands and thousands there.
Yo, it seems kind of unrealistic in terms of Fire Emblem. Like, if you get surrounded by like 3 units in that game, you're dead. So like, I don't.
What
I
a-
don't
You can't even
see-
move if that happens.
I don't see how you're
If
gonna
any-
take thousands
Oh,
of
no,
enemies at once.
If anybody's standing next to Takumi, he can't even attack.
Oh, no,
Now
you
you're playing Gaiden.
On Heroes, he's got
The point to
counters. So.
That's true.
I had another point. I don't remember what it was now. Crap.
Oh well.
Oh.
Move on to Flip.
Well, no, there's still more about the game. Kata and Navarre were spotted in like a leak thing or something.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah. So
She's
that's
a badass princess.
Yeah. Well, this ended up being a lot more civil than I thought it would be.
Well, we have to
oh,
turn on the charm for the fucking on camera.
I remember there was just one more thing I was just saying. Like, the only argument I really don't understand is like the whole like, well, I mean, I get these are like the popular Fire Emblem games, the 2 newest ones, and I understand that, and I was ready for those to have the most representation from the get-go. But I just don't understand. People are like, well, they're the most popular, so obviously they're only going to want to use those. But I don't see why we could, like, because we got Lynn now, I don't know why we couldn't just have, like just Roy and Ike strewn in there for, you know.
Well,
Or-
like
or
Owen
it
said,
could.
maybe we will. Like, now that we've seen Lynn, we've seen one of them, I'm more, like, I'm
I'm
less
hoping
reluctant
that's
to
the
be
case.
like, it's
I'm
not
hoping
gonna
that is the
happen.
case.
I think it's a bit possibly just laziness in terms of like they have a lot of assets to work with already. Like, you know what I mean? There's all
That's
this
possible.
already all these 3D models and whatnot. Like, you look at a game like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, where like a lot of the characters were already just from Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Like, all right, already got these models. Let's just use them.
Yeah.
So
Because, like, then you could, like, because there wouldn't be that many more characters. You could appeal to, like, you know, the casual fans and, like, the people who want more, like, games like, you know, or just characters like Glenn and Ike in general.
What I need to know, though, is how does Fire Emblem Superfan Praise Scooter feel about this game?
You realize I have played like 10 chapters of
Because
FE7.
I don't think he's said anything since we started
Xenoblade.
talking about this.
No, he means just in terms of Warriors.
Sometimes I thought he was.
I mean, I don't play very much Fire Emblem because I'm very bad at strategy for the most part. I'm happy about Lynn because that's like the only character I have any kind of relatableness to in the Fire Emblem series.
As
So that's
playing
really all I
the
got
first
beyond the
chapters
Warriors
of
aspect.
7, you would.
it's not a strategy game though, Scooter. It's a hack and slash.
Yeah, Warriors the hack and slash. That's what I'm happy for.
Yeah.
that
All right.
tiki slash.
Yo,
stuff
speaking of hack and slash, snipper clips.
Wow, what a transition.
If you played the game, it's actually not wrong.
You know what? I think Pixel really should be the one to talk about this game, because this is his favorite game on the Switch.
No, I'm not. Why should I be invested? Slim's the more invested in this than I am.
No,
There's-
I'm invested in Pixel playing the game.
For those at home, there's this meme that I guess after Snipper Clips came out, Slim, he just sort of made it a meme that, like, Pixel wanted it, even though, like, Pixel didn't want it.
The only
No,
part of
every time someone talks about Snipper Clips, Slim's like, yo, Pixel, Snipper Clips! Like, I don't care, dog. Like,
the only part of Snipper Clips I was invested in was that it was priced $28.19 in
looks
Canada
like
for
fun.
some.
It looks like a fun game. I'm a little confused as to why there's like a deluxe version of it coming out now when it just came out like a couple months ago.
Well, the cool thing that I think they did, because I was worried too, like in terms of like, oh, if the people bought the first one, they got gypped. But all the extra content is actually DLC if you already own the first game, so
That's good.
Yeah.
it's not like you're getting ripped off.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if it's going to equal the same price or not. Probably
Well,
still
it's-
to get ripped off.
It's $40, like this one in Canada. or it's 30 in
Honestly,
US.
when I get my spoilers, I'm getting a Switch. I was gonna talk about it.
Well,
When I get my Switch,
Not from Drill Dozer or whatever it is.
no, Mr. Driller,
Mr.
literally
Driller.
fuck off that game. Well, I might get this, and like, 'cause I feel like it would be fun to play with like Rachel, like Rach or something. Like, it looks good.
that's
I-
something you gotta get into
I've
action.
played it. I don't know. It's alright. Like,
Pretty fun.
it's goofy.
Something to do.
It's a game. It's better than 1-2 Switch.
Well, yeah,
But you
I
could
played-
you could also just play like anything else.
For
instead.
sure.
I played 1-2 Switch at a friend's house one time. I'm like, oh my god, you paid $60 for this, huh? Oof.
With expansion pack, am I right?
One interesting detail about Snipperclips I just wanted to point out, it's just a little fun fact I learned. I was watching I think I just watched like the first part of the game Grumps playthrough, and Aaron said the game was like made by the Super Flash brothers, who if you are a fan of any Flash cartoons back in the day, you know they made the Decline of Video Gaming series, which was pretty popular back in the day. I liked it a lot. And Aaron was part of that, so, you know, he's obviously friends with them to some degree.
Yeah.
So, that's an interesting fact about that game.
Cut all ties.
Snipped him.
Flipped him.
Alright.
Next
move
game
on then.
looks pretty cool, by the way.
Morphe's Law.
Yeah. This
Saw-
game, this is a game about getting thick.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god, those faces at the top.
This game contains inflation, guys. This is like a fetish game.
Okay, well this is getting weird.
That's all I have to say about Morphe's Law. Please go ahead.
When I saw it at the Indie Direct, I was like, wow, this looks really cool. And then they showed off more, and I'm like, well, it didn't change, but it still looks really cool.
It still looks good, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a game.
I just want to know the price point, and if there's anything besides just multiplayer. But like seriously, it's a really cool concept for a shooter. I like third-person shooters, so definitely pretty interesting in that regard. But
Did they say when this is coming out? It looked pretty early.
it said
game.
winter.
Oh.
Don't worry,
when I
I
was-
got you covered there, Snag.
When I was watching the footage of it, it looks a little beta-y or something to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's like an indie game kind of shooter thing.
Yeah.
You know?
It's possible.
I don't know.
This game looks
It's the
so
most-
damn scary.
It's the most like invested I would say I've been in terms of looking forward to like a indie shooter game because there's not really a lot of that.
No.
So that's why that's probably why it looks that way. I think it's just a really cool concept because like kind of like in like a Splatoon sense where like
Mm-hmm.
even if you're not that great at shooters, like it's got something for everyone.
Yeah.
This
it's
one's
a good-
like if you're not that great, well then you're harder to hit then, and then
Yeah.
if you're doing really well, then you're more of a target. Like I think that kind of stuff is pretty neat. So
It's a good mechanic.
yeah,
very Nintendo-y kind of.
yeah.
to put
I
out.
think it said it was first to Nintendo. I think it's
Yeah.
coming.
yeah,
out
it's first
for PC and
Nintendo, then
stuff.
I'll get PC. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Rocket League coming this holiday.
Woo!
Do we know that?
I'm definitely gonna get this too. Like for sure, I'm gonna get
No,
this.
I mean, I already have the PC version. I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna buy the Switch version too.
I want this on my TV, and I'm gonna get a Switch. This is for sure gonna happen.
And cars with hats.
This is hilarious.
We got the Mario and Luigi hats.
I just keep thinking of donkey videos every time I think of Rocket
Yeah.
League. And
Like,
There's a Samus car. They showed that. I don't know if they showed that in the E3.
Samus.
there's a Samus cart.
yo, Mario and Luigi can't be on the same team.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Sibling rivalry.
They just laugh about it, be it and have some lattes or something. I don't know.
And,
How much
and
is Rocket League on PC?
It's 20, so it's the same on Switch.
Yeah.
Or
Is it
it's
the same on-
advertised. It's
Really?
advertised to be the same price.
I feel like it's gonna be like 25 or 30.
It might be, but
Oh well, maybe in Canada.
yeah, in Canada. Okay, but it's also 25 on PC in Canada too. So
Yeah, no, I know. I was kind of just making a joke.
Yeah.
Canada's dollar
commerce
sucks,
jokes
basically.
and money and toonies.
Commerce.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
Yeah. Classic. Arena of Valor is a MOBA, I guess.
Switch is
League
getting
of
a
Legends.
MOBA, a generic MOBA.
Yep.
Arena-
The Switch is getting like browser League of Legends, basically.
Call it Arena of Valor.
Yeah, like, I was about to say that. Isn't like that the fucking most generic name you could think of?
Oh. You know what else? You know what's funny too is that like there's so many of these knockoff MOBA games that they've started to like run together. So like this is clearly like it's like League-esque, but then there's also like a shirtless samurai bowman guy, which is just Hanzo from Overwatch. Like like just all these like huge popular things like always have this fucking knockoff like, and now they're like fusing to become like an ultimate knockoff form.
I think they should just called it Valor.
Like Gauntlet, just one word.
I'm just saying, like you didn't have to put arena in it. Like it's just so.
Yeah.
It's a
Pretty bad.
cringe title. I'll probably get it though. No, I probably won't.
Nah,
We can get the beta this winter.
Most MOBAs are free online. Like,
yeah, that's the thing.
pay for this? Like,
Well, that's the thing that I was gonna bring up, and I'm hopeful, but I'm also fretting because if it costs any money to get this, it's gonna sell like 12 copies.
yeah, it's just inherently worse than pretty much every MOBA in
But
existence. Like,
I'm also
if
scared
it's free, I'll give it a shot. Why not?
though. But
make
that's
for
the
a
other thing.
fun
Like,
one-off.
if it is free, then I'm worried. This is just me thinking about paying for things online in general. Is that if it's gonna have a skin market that's gonna cost real money, and kids who got the game are going to spend mom and dad's money quickly.
Well, I think you have to put. There's a lot of parental controls and stuff on.
There is that too. So I just
Jobs,
worry
yeah.
about that at all times, though.
We all remember Bowser putting his eyes over Junior at the original Switch presentation. Guys, we've spent like over a minute on Arena of Valor. We should move on. Because
I think
it
this
doesn't
was.
deserve that.
I'm just gonna say this is the worst thing I think of the whole presentation. This was the one that I was least interested in and found the most
Yeah.
offensive.
What, Elder Scrolls 5?
No,
Yeah.
that before whatever Arena of Valor.
Alright.
Heroes of Champions or whatever it's called. Anyway,
Hey, screw
That
Hero
would-
Quest.
You know, but Heroes of Champions would be a great title for like a spoof MOBA game.
yeah.
That would be hilarious.
How about Champions of the Emperor?
How about we're still talking about stupid ass Arena of Valor? We gotta get off this top game. It doesn't deserve this.
I'm just talking about Hero Quest now. But...
Skyrim on Switch, November
On
17th.
Switch.
Another system that can play this game.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool.
Apparently it has like not like the brand new textures, but like it is improved from the original textures of the game. So it has like its own unique textures, which is something at least.
It's not the ones from the HD version that's coming out.
No, it's not from the HD version,
Or
but
did that
like
come out?
I think
Did
that's
that
out
come out?
already. That's definitely out.
It's
But,
just like an in between.
Yeah, it's not the original launch of Skyrim with its dated graphics. I
2011.
don't mind, to be honest. Like, it's classic. Which is weird to say, because I remember when that was new and everything, and I was super hyped. That's like that was like my first PS3 game, which was like the worst version of it to play it on, but that's when I got a PS3, so. But, yeah, that's how long Skyrim's been out, and now it's coming out for Switch, by the way. I
Yeah.
got a PS3 then, like...
Got the staying power.
Yeah.
If you haven't played Skyrim yet, it's on PC. I get it for like $2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With all the mods too.
Yeah.
I mean, this has the Master Sword, but like the PC version probably already has
It
that.
for sure already has them.
The PC version probably has like an entire layout of the original Legend of Zelda in the game as a mod.
Yeah, the PC version, you could probably change all the dragons into Big Gan or something.
Yeah,
Like,
like, you can turn him into... You can do Thomas the Tank Engine
Yeah.
and Randy Savage dragons, too, so...
You can change all the sound effects to Tim Allen grunts, and Odin will laugh harder than I've ever heard him laugh before.
I think that was Morrowind.
That was Morrowind.
Oh,
But
I'm sure you can do that
mean,
with Skyrim.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it was so popular that they put that mod on Skyrim too.
Yeah.
so dumb.
I've never heard
Every sound effect.
We should.
Just
Can we
think of
link
a
that?
game
Can we put that in the description?
Yes. Just think of a game you're playing, and every single sound effect, and there's lots of ambient sound effects, by the way, is all the Tim Allen grunt.
Like, imagine of that cricket chirping, the chirping one we were hearing earlier, was just going.
What?
Can we put a cricket on the fucking the bump for this too on the eye catch thing?
Cricket.
It'll just be a fucking mess.
I
don't know.
This has been a mess. Let's be
We'll
real.
discuss. Yeah, we'll discuss that after this, I guess. Next thing, my God, there's a lot of fucking shit that happened. This is really cool. I was not expecting this.
Not at all.
Two games. The first one is Doom 2016 coming to Switch this holiday.
This is a port. This is a port I'm into. Like, I'm probably gonna get this.
I might, like, legit, because I do like the original Doom a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, I heard nothing but good things from people about the new Doom or Doom 2016 or whatever you want to call it.
Everyone liked this game.
New Doom is amazing because it basically just took everything about shooters that's come in the past few years, about long story, just said, man, fuck this, and gave you the original shooters of yesteryear.
Doom's a classic, so it just was like, yo, let's just do Doom again, but like new.
I was reading something that like the single player comes on the cart, but you have to like download the multiplayer.
That's weird.
Multiplayer is a little wish-washy.
Yeah,
like, it's good. It's decent.
I know,
but you don't play it for multiplayer.
Yeah, not really the draw of the game.
I don't know, like maybe on the Switch though, but there's not really that many like kind of first-person shooter multiplayer to play on the Switch, right? Like there's no Call of Duty or anything. So I think it could have honestly a decent multiplayer scene because of that. Like heck, not even like this year earlier I played Black Ops 2 on Wii U and people were playing it. Like come on. like that's crazy.
People like Nintendo. I think what you mean is like Nintendo owners who are like shooters will play the shooter that's available.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it's not as popular.
That's why GoldenEye went so long.
Yeah.
I mean, it was decent at best, but it was just really cool because of what it was. So.
Yeah.
Man, we haven't even got to the second half of this.
I think the coolest. I think the second part of this announcement is actually pretty awesome.
Really, like, gives me a good feeling for, like, when they showed Skyrim coming on Switch, I was like, I'm still not sold on the third-party thing. Like, it's Skyrim. It's old, but I guess it's Wolfenstein too. The new one that's coming out.
But like, this is the new. This is now.
This is new.
Yeah. This is a new game.
I think it speaks volumes. That, like, first of all, like, Doom was already a surprise, like, okay, maybe Bethesda has their back. This is, like, crazy.
Yeah,
but also,
this is really cool.
These are both, like, announced before Skyrim maybe came out on the Switch. That's cool, I think. Mm-hmm. They're, like, confident in it, so that's neat. Wolfenstein 2.
We talked about that on the
Yeah. We did, and it's coming to Switch.
It's nice to see that Bethesda's on board. I could see them, honestly, probably in the future bringing like Fallout 4 to the Switch or something like that. Like I'd see that.
Wolfenstein 2 on Switch 2018. There are just so many jokes we can make right now about current events, but there's just so many. I think we should just move on.
Yep.
We'll be here
Not
all
touching
day.
that. Flip Wars, baby. What?
Flip Wars, yeah.
The checkerboard chase.
It's out now.
Yeah, the update's out now, actually, because, like...
I don't even know what this is.
Like, the game was already out, right? And this is just an update. Is that right?
I think so, yeah.
The update's out, I guess, so...
Cool. Yay.
The Red Coliseum.
Oh, yeah. Red.
You love a good red.
Classic Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends ref right there. All right. That's it. This is actually kind of cool. Arcade ports coming to Switch.
Is this the start of the virtual console? Like, is that what's going on here?
I guess so.
Maybe.
So, they said the first one's going to be Mario Bros. Nah, I'm not even that into that game, really. We're going to get, like, all, like, the Versus arcade, like, NES game. Like, so we're getting
Mario Bros. Versus, I think, is probably the coolest one maybe.
Versus
for
Super
me.
Mario Bros. Versus
Yeah.
Balloon Fight. Versus Ice Climbers. Versus Pinball. And probably the one I thought was coolest. Punch Out.
The original
yeah.
Punch Out.
Yeah.
That is cool.
I also have on this bullet point no fucking DK, I guess, which is probably the weirdest omission.
Yeah.
Why would Donkey Kong not be on that list? Like, I know it's gonna happen, but like,
Yeah.
why would that not be like the
I
first
wanna-
one they showed?
I want to say like maybe, they probably will put that out. But this whole little like grouping just seems like like one of Nintendo's weird like one-off things where they like start a series and like put out 5 games for it and then don't.
3D classics, baby.
Yeah. Seems
How
very
about-
much along that line.
How about Wii Sports Club, which only got 3 of the 5 Wii Sports titles?
Damn.
I'll be like,
Really did not do well.
I sure do have that on my Wii U still.
hope
In
you
the LOL folder.
enjoy. If you enjoy Excite Bike, Kirby's Adventure, and Kid Icarus, yeah, you can play them in 3D. That's it.
To be fair, I do have the Kirby's Adventure
I
one.
think I have
Play
the
it
Kid
pretty
Icarus one,
pretty
actually.
frequently.
I think I have all 3 of them, and that's like a version of Kirby's Adventure I still frequently play.
Mhm. Played through it a couple times.
I think the Excite Bike one was free, and that's why everyone has that. I know that's why.
Yeah, it was because I have that too.
Sega did more with that than Nintendo did, I think.
Yeah.
It's interesting. But that's cool. Yeah, probably the start of the virtual console, I guess.
One would hope.
Maybe.
It's cool we're having arcade perfect ports of like arcade games. That's like, that's something that, like, again, being able to play Punch Out on the Switch, that's pretty cool. Like the original arcade one.
With motion, am I right?
What if they put out Turtles in Time arcade in this?
Oh my god.
In this
Ooh.
group.
Oh boy.
Like obviously it's old school Nintendo arcade games.
But then just
like,
Turtles
what
in
if they
Time.
what if they just started putting out just arcade classics like some Metal Slug 3 or like fucking I don't know, Simpsons.
Isn't that Metal Slug on the Neo Geo, which is also definitely what's on the
Yeah, that is already on
the
the.
Switch?
Oh, is that a thing?
I think
Yeah,
Metal
it's
Slug is
already on
already
there.
on the Switch.
Pretty
No.
much every Neo Geo game is on the Switch right
For
now.
some reason.
That's so,
In
so
what
weird.
under what packaging? Like you just get it?
Neo Geo, that's what they call it.
I'm surprised there's no World Heroes stuff on there yet.
It's not like a collection or like a
No, they just
No, they're
like,
individual.
It's like there's a virtual console on the Switch. It's just all Neo Geo.
what?
It's so
Yeah.
weird.
That's like the first thing when I went to the eShop. I was like, "What?" I was like, "This is the most random thing." Like I was like,
The
"Why
most
the
notable
Neo
titles
Geo?"
are like 5 fighting games. One of them being Samurai Shodown 2 or something, or one of those.
You have that to look forward to.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm surprised there's no World Heroes on there yet. I think that's arcade perfect on Neo Geo. Or you can just do what I did and I bought the World Heroes collection at MagFest because memes. Anyway,
Or we
So,
can
yeah.
move on.
yeah. Breath of the Wild Champion amiibos, November
They're coming out.
10th. And they give
November
like
10th.
they give like headgear for Link that are like of their like respective guardians, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
The Divine Beasts.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Divine Beast, that's what I meant. I haven't played Breath of the Wild yet. I don't know why I have not.
All of them just have clean
Yep.
sticks up their butts.
Just
I
one
guess.
quick note: those arcade games are coming out like September 27th.
Oh, right.
Mario Bros. Yeah.
Pretty cool, right?
That is cool.
Sorry. Anyway,
No, that's good. I'm glad you pointed that out.
just wanted to
Thanks.
say, I was like, "That's like really soon." So.
Yeah, that is.
Good point.
I appreciate it. So yeah, they do that. You know what? You know what else they do? I'm sure. Like Scooter, you probably know.
No, I don't know anything. It hasn't talked about it. Like this.
Okay.
Sorry,
think
the guy
we-
who's beat the game 100% twice talking.
I
It,
think
it
it's
unlocks big head mode.
just-
I don't
Yeah.
like big head mode talking. No,
I just figured it'd
basically,
be
if
Bill
it's
Clinton's in the game now.
if it's anything, if it's what I'm anticipating, it's just going to be purely a cosmetic thing where it gives the Guardian Resistance or Guardian Affinity gear boost. I talk like a neighbor. Help me.
Scooter, what's happening?
I do not know.
I think he's getting hacked, guys.
But no, it gives the Guardian Affinity boost. It's just going to give a different character look for each different one. Probably not going to be much different. because there are full amiibo sets that don't give anything special already in the game. So
I think really the thing is like the champions are cool characters from that game and everybody likes them. So now there's amiibos of them.
Yeah.
Oh, right there, you could just play with them.
to go right alongside that Goomba amiibo.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Scooter, we got some priorities. Goomba way higher than these champions, all right? Like, Goomba's been the champion since like 1985.
Yeah, Goomba really the
Like,
true.
three.
Like these guys may be the Breath of the Wild champions, but Goomba's the champion.
Like, what's the first thing you see in Mario? A Goomba.
Not even Mario. You just
You don't even see Bowser or Toad or Peach yet. Or
Goomba.
Princess
Oh.
Toad.
So yeah, that's just my thoughts. It's not going to be anything special. It's just going to be cosmetic aesthetic, if anything.
I mean, again, my thing about amiibos, people always are like, they don't do that much. I mean, they're also $13 figures of the 4 champions that people really like.
Canada.
That's cool. Yeah.
Except that Mifa's face still looks like garbage.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Mifa's and Urbosa's face are a little help.
Honestly, any humanoid face on an amiibo that's not like Mario
like,
looks
Ness
dark,
looks
looks,
good.
looks awful.
Ness
Anyone's,
looks fun.
anybody from Fire Emblem, Shulk,
If they have
Shut
normal human proportions,
Oh my god,
they have a little
Marth.
messed up face.
Marth is so bad.
Marth got the little bendy sword.
Oh, he's so bad.
Those videos, Donkey Kong.
But
Classic.
Jesus.
classic video.
But no,
Shucks.
that's something else. Is that if those amiibo are coming out November 10th, that probably means that DLC Pack 2 is coming November 10th as well.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Are they still not announced that?
Nope.
Oh, don't mind
They
me
just,
yawning.
they just said it's coming, and that's
What?
it.
What,
Because amiibos are freaking boring. Am I right, Oda?
what was?
Yeah,
what was
you're right.
The Diddy
Except for
Kong one
Goomba.
called? What was the Diddy Kong like pan flute video called? Snack? Do you remember?
I don't know.
It was played like Bramble Blast.
It's definitely a recorder too. Like
Okay.
they're giving it too much credit.
Yeah, you're right. All right. I think that aspect makes it funny.
Talk
but
about some sports.
Let's let's
All
talk about
right.
everybody's all of our favorite basketball team, the Charlotte Hornets. Can I get a shout out? Right?
We were just talking about Clinton and Big Head mode. What if that came to the Switch? That'd be cool, actually.
That would be
No.
cool.
All right, so we got 4 sports games, I guess.
Yeah, they're
I
all.
don't know if I'd
esports.
count Pokken in that.
Yeah, I was about to
sports
say.
category.
Yeah, Pokken is a subset.
The
Do not
real
touch that
life
child.
Based on the real life sport of Pokken tournament.
So, yeah,
Esport, right? I
NBA
don't know how that works.
NBA 2K18 coming to Switch October 17th.
I mean, we knew this was
It's his
happening
birthday.
considering it was part of the debut trailer.
WWE 18 coming soon. It said FIFA
2K18.
Oh,
2K18.
Yeah, I was gonna get that.
I was gonna get that.
FIFA 18 coming September 29th. And of course, Pokken, the ultimate sports game, is coming this week, I guess. Pokken
Yeah.
DX.
I think NBA was 2K18 as well.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I just forgot the 2K for the WWE.
So is NBA the October one?
NBA, yeah, is October 17th.
All right,
When's
everyone get that?
WWE?
Just said coming soon. That's all it said.
Alright,
I
that's
want that.
October 7th. I'm pretty sure it's Siz's birthday, so everyone will get him that, even though he doesn't have a Switch yet, so send him up.
So get Sis that.
Well, he just has like 8 copies of NBA
Of NBA
2K18.
2K18.
But no Switch.
He could return them and then he could get, a good amount of money.
Oh, he
maybe
would
put
for
towards the
sure.
Switch. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd waste a lot of money, but I don't know.
But, you know what? I know they do
memes.
ways.
We could just buy him a Switch now. It's
Says
all
he-
your
Nah,
copies of NBA.
no.
Yeah, I'd be fine with Sis having a Switch. That's a Sis. We love you, bud.
Hashtag. Everybody leave a comment. This is hashtag Switch for Sis.
Okay. That's a good hashtag. Alright. We'll move on to Octopath Traveler's working title.
Okay.
This
is probably gonna-
Scavenger.
This title is probably going to be the one RPG that everybody will have for the Switch if they're into RPGs.
It does look really cool.
It looks really good.
I'm scared.
It's
It's
by
always
the
a demo.
people who
What?
it's by the Bravely Default people, and it looks like Final Fantasy VI Part 2.
It's like if you took really, really, really well done like RPG Maker people, and you put them in like a really HD, but like a weirdly like it's like almost like pop-out book
Yeah, kind of.
world, but it's also like really like crisp and like visually clear, like really cool style.
It's funny because like besides the sprites, the backgrounds in that do really look Bravely Default-esque, which I guess makes sense. But I mean, apparently no one here played Bravely Default because every time I put it on Name That Game Tune, no one got it. So
I mean, I haven't. So
Trash.
guilty.
I played the demo, but I couldn't get past that.
But anyway, no, this game I had the demo. I know Lance played it a bit, and he said it was really good. You can play as 2 of the 8 characters right now, and like they each have their own functions. It looks
Like Allure.
this was like out of nowhere. Was this already talked about? Like
It was hinted at
When I-
like
yeah,
the last
when I-
direct.
When I heard the name Octopath Traveler, I was like, oh yeah, I remember hearing that before.
Yeah,
definitely needs a better title, but
Yeah. absolutely.
It didn't work.
Octodad, you know.
Octodad Scavenger.
Octodad, Travelist Catch.
Can't wait to play the
Octodad.
best dad ever.
The traveliest catch. And it looks like I couldn't find any info on this except that, you know, it's clearly is, but it looks like the guy who did the art for Bravely Default and also Final Fantasy 12 and a bunch of all those other games, Tactics, like that have like just that fucking awesome art style. Looks like he's doing art for this game too.
Yeah, it definitely looks very similar to Bravely Default.
Yeah.
I don't know about the sprite work, but
No, but like the character portraits and all that look
Yeah, for
really
sure.
cool in that style.
very Evilise.
Yeah.
That HT 2D. I was scared when I saw it, but I think I'm getting used to it more.
Looks neat.
You
Probably
have a
good.
Switch, download it now and play a bit.
Okay, bye guys.
I don't think a release date was announced, was there?
It
No.
said it's getting a worldwide release in 2018.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Talk about ARMS.
ARMS version 3 came out after
Freaking Lola Pop.
Lola
With Lanky
Pop.
Kong involved.
What if
yeah.
Lanky Kong?
Lanky got
Lo-
shunted for Lola.
Lola Pop, she's basically like a femme lanky. She's like a lanky, like gender swap.
Jesus.
Yo, like, just stop.
Hey, yo, you hear
She-
that? That's
she-
DeviantArt.
You guys know
knocking.
she can inflate herself just like a balloon, right?
You know,
Like,
every
did you
character
see
can
that
stretch
part?
their arms out in that game, right? Like,
Yeah.
every character can
Lola,
do that.
Lola Pop, she turns into a balloon. She inflates.
I shall
like her
never
guard.
call again.
Can she handstand?
Oh, that's
Just
the one
for
thing we need
you?
to see. We just need to see
Can
that.
she stretch her arms out to fire her coconut gun, though?
Then it's confirmed that this is the whole game is like a lanky like snub, and it's an inside job.
Oh.
Anyway, you can in version 3 you can also remap the controls, which weird you couldn't do that.
Necessary.
Yeah, that seems a little odd. that that was
Necessary,
in
because
the original.
I love pushing my left thumbstick into shield. You know, a necessary function in a fighting game.
Oof.
But you can change controls now, so that's always fun.
That should have been like patch 1.1.
Nah, but it's
patch
3.0.
3.0.
It's 3.0, Scooter. You gotta accept it.
I'm mad because it could have made ARMS so much better in the long run. Now it's just gonna be like, oh yeah, ARMS, that game.
I mean, it also could have had like a better theme song, because when I was listening to that during the presentation, I'm like, God, this is bad.
Could have also just been a better game.
Yeah. See, but I mean, Taryn.
I'm sorry, that theme song sounds so bad.
Pixel beat me at
whoa.
ARMS, and I was turned off by the game.
Whoa, whoa!
I weigh nothing.
It sounds like you're doing like the end of like Welcome Home by Coheed and Cambria. When
I was actually doing Slim's Fairy Tale Alert, and he got it.
Yo,
Yeah, what if Welcome-
next thing's pretty cool.
What if, before we move on, what if Coheed and Cambria's Welcome Home was the theme of ARMS?
It would probably be better.
I'm sorry, go on.
Uh,
What was the next thing? Oh,
Dragon Quest Builders.
I
It's
let-
coming to
yeah.
Switch.
I let this part of the direct play just because I wanted to hear the music.
Yeah, it's so good,
Okay,
right? Like,
listen to it.
Dragon Quest
I know
it's good.
I know Japan is obsessed with this game. Like, this game is fucking huge there. And I know a lot of people think it's good. I've kind of been sleeping on it. I don't know.
You have to get a PS4. You're getting that instead, right? You're just switching your pre-order.
Definitely does not.
I mean, you can get it on
Switching
Switch
that
now.
pre-order. Oh yeah.
Coming to
Dragon
Switch.
Quest Builders on Switch.
Spring 2018, baby.
It's like part Minecraft, but like part Dragon Quest or something.
It's like real-time Dragon Quest combat with rebuilding the very first major city in the Dragon Quest series. I don't know its name.
But you can build it however you want. It's Alifgard.
Alifgard. Well, there's a sandbox mode, but I think you have to build Alifgard a very specific way. Probably.
Isn't Alifgard the whole world?
If that's the whole world, then holy crap, this game is bigger than I thought it was going to be.
I mean, Alifgard might be the castle. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know Dragon Quest. I'm
Weaver.
You'll play it.
I'm sure she will.
Slim and I played Dragon Quest 1. I don't fucking remember what it's called.
I just remember it just be. I thought it was just like a continent, like just.
That's what I thought. Like the
Yeah.
world was Alifgard.
Okay. I mean, I'll take your word on it. I've never played it, so
I was like, rebuild Alifgard. Like I thought it was like just how you want it. Like,
I know you're saying Alifgard, but I keep almost hearing Olive Garden.
yeah, rebuild Olive Garden.
That's what Dragon Quest Builders is about.
When you rebuild your family.
stop.
I'm sure if we got any details wrong, Sarah will say something in the comments. I'm sure she'll watch this.
Yeah, there's probably already like a 3-paragraph essay on this in the comments. Hi Sarah, how's it going?
She
Probably
started
like,
typing.
shut up!
She started typing before we even talked about it because she knew we were gonna be fucking wrong.
It's like these guys.
This guy sucks.
All right. So
Spring 2018, by the way.
we're gonna talk about this next thing. Just gonna let y'all know I'm going to have a little bit of I'm gonna go fanboy on y'all.
This also comes out spring 2018.
Freaking.
And it looks really good.
Kirby Star Allies is the official name now.
Not Superstar.
Whew. Oh God. Okay. First thing I have to address.
Poor title.
Yo-Yo Kirby.
I don't like the title. I don't.
Don't
Don't get me
Yo-Yo.
wrong. Looks great. Don't like the title at all.
I think, the title probably just meant to play off the fact that it's focused on multiplayer rather than focused on single player.
It's
And
just-
because
it
the
hurts.
allies are stars.
There you go.
Oh yeah. I didn't even think about that, but that makes sense. You like throw the stars at the enemies, and they're your allies.
I think
Should've
the hearts
called it Help
No.
Oh yeah.
No, like they're like the stars of Kirby.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
All stars.
Yo-Yo Kirby though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's back.
Best ability. Don't at me. It's finally fucking back.
Can you beat Gim?
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah,
Next
yeah,
game,
it's
They
in the
showed
game. They showed him.
Given's right there.
He's
Player
one of the
2.
partners you can be. Yo, like this is cool because like this is like the last like new ability from Superstar to come back because all of them have been back. Bomb, wing, jets.
Not paint.
They got cleaning back. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, clean from Dreamland 3's back also, but like Yo-Yo's better.
Okay, but where's my suplex? No, fuck Beetle. I need suplex.
Suplex is an adventure. Well, it was backdrop, but like it was suplex.
It was backdrop and adventure, but it was suplex and superstar.
Yeah.
You know how like since Return to Dreamland came out and everybody's like it feels like Superstar, and then like the 3DS ones also do.
Yeah.
I feel like this is like the final evolution of that, where like it's just you can be the helpers again, like you
Yeah.
can be the other characters.
Classic.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yo-Yo been my favorite power since I played Kirby Superstar like at 3 years old. So this makes me happy. I was just giddy when I saw it.
Let the record show that Taryn talked about Yo-Yo Kirby, exclusively just that power of Kirby that's in this game, longer than any of us talked about Flip Wars, FIFA 18.
Yo, I really love that the cleaning power specifically has all the the buddies. I guess is like a ghost of buddy, some weird floating. Okay, so yeah, all the cleaning powers. Like there's like a penguin bucket. I was like, whoa, what is that?
I hope. Did they mention that like the powers have like multiple uses, kind of like in Kirby Superstar and stuff?
It just looked like they did.
Because that's my only gripe. Because it also has the Kirby 64 like combined thing, which is cool. I'm just really hoping that like it's not like there's one use for every power and then they each combine to have one use. Like that's my only worry. But maybe I didn't see enough of the game.
I think because you can play as specifically one power, they can't just like make them just do one thing, you know?
Well,
like
but they can though. That's how it was in like 64 and stuff. Like the power.
Yeah, but you don't get to play as the enemy characters in 64 like you do in like I think the reason it's like that in Superstar is because you can be the helper in that, and
I gotcha.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Unless it's like Stone or something, like you
but
gonna
even
have
Stone
more
got Stone uppercut in return.
Yeah. The power combining looks a little different too, I think. It looks like instead of having two powers at once, your buddy and you match your powers up.
It kind of looks like the Squeak Squad, but like just better because it wasn't that good in Squeak Squad.
Yeah,
but it looks like 64 and Squeak Squad because it shows like elemental powers can be added to stuff. But it also shows like, hey, Ice and Rock is the curling rock from 64.
That's true.
But I guess like what I'm saying is like in 64 you need to get Ice and then you need to get Sword. Or well, that's not in the game. But like if it would work that way, to get like an Ice Sword, you'd need to have both those abilities. And this you need to have Sword and your friend needs to have Ice.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For it to work.
Keep in mind, Snack, that it was Cutter and that gave you the figure skating power up. So just
Okay,
so you know.
Well, we all know that
fair
Odin is a
powers.
figure skater enthusiast.
Yes.
He's into figure skating.
Yes, I'm Ice Princess. Yes.
Also,
that's one of the
DDD
best
got
powers in 64.
fucking DDD got
He
fucking
swole.
swole.
He got
jacked.
Yeah, this was wrongly by people. I was gonna butcher that word. This is wrongly by people considered like the big takeaway from this. I mean, it's still cool. Like, still cool. Not yo-yo cool.
Sure,
like,
nobody cares about Yo-Yo. I'm just.
I do.
Like
Yo-Yo.
Wispy's back.
Wispy's back.
Yo,
He's bigger.
Yo, Slim Kirby, what do you think of this?
I think it's
Where did he
awesome.
even go?
I'm here. I've had nothing to say about any of the other stuff, really.
That's fine.
Honestly, like I'm really excited for this. Like I must love a good Kirby game because that's my screen name and what it's based after. But yeah, really excited for Yo-Yo to come back as well. I mean,
Thank you. Someone else gets it.
McQueen looks so cool.
it's the only power up that wasn't back from Superstar, and it's like really unique too. I'm surprised they didn't bring it back.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
Has Jet come back?
Yeah, it came back in Robobot.
That was in Robobot.
Oh, well, I haven't played that
The
one yet.
game that Odin's not played.
Even it took 8 years for me to get it, and I
You
just
have
haven't
it
played
now.
You just stream it.
It's signed with purple Sharpie.
It's gonna take him as long to play it after getting it than it took you to give it to him. So
Yeah.
like about a year.
I'll play that
Fine.
next.
About half.
Probably sitting over there in the corner with his Wii U gathering dust.
Actually,
People are like half to It just charges
my-
$5 a day.
My Wii U's used for Ogre Battle 64 now.
Really, it's true purpose all along. Let's be honest.
an Ogre Battle 64 machine.
If I want to say now that we've seen that Kirby Battle Royale has online,
Yeah.
please.
Oh
Nah.
my god!
It's not
I know it doesn't
It's-
seem likely, but
not
like,
going to.
Like
how
if
ultimate
it
would
did-
it be?
this would be like top 5 game material for
I
me.
think
if
it would
happened.
just be my new favorite Kirby game. Like, if
Yeah.
that were the case. Like,
Yeah.
but just so you know, Kirby Superstar is my favorite game. So,
Yeah.
like...
It would become Odin's new favorite.
It would just become my new
if it had
favorite game.
That would make this like top 5 for me. Like for
I
fucking
wonder
shit.
if it was, would it be like a separate mode though? Because like if you're playing a story mode, I don't know. I've never really played an online game with the story mode as like.
Yeah,
something.
there's a lot of games.
Nintendo
that have
doesn't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A lot
Like,
of games that have co-op, like even like in the main story, also have on.
Yeah.
I would even just be fine if, like in Return to Dreamland, if you did online multiplayer, you were each just Kirby. I would
Yeah.
be fine with that too.
Yeah, that'd be
Like
a
honestly,
good balance.
like even Honestly, yeah, it would be cool to be the helpers, but I mean, I would rather also just have the ability to be like, I want to be stoned now. Or like, if I'm stuck as stone, I'd be like, I don't want to be stoned anymore. So, and your friend's just like, haha, I'm not giving you another power. You're stuck.
No.
You're stuck as
That's
Rocky.
the kind of game. That's the kind of gameplay I really want to see in the game. If you can screw your friends over, like even like that's the game model I want to see out of it.
Yeah, should be a good damn time.
Will they bring back like Meta Knight and DD? I mean, DD, I guess, is the bad guy, but like
Maybe Meta Knight's
maybe
a
it's
bad
like
guy,
fake
too.
DD or something.
They might do something like, with like Robot, where they had the drum dash mode and Meta Nightmare mode and things like that, possibly.
I just keep comparing to Return to Dreamland because it was just so damn good.
It was so good.
Maybe
Best
the
Barbie
buff.
game.
Maybe the buff. Maybe the buff DDD isn't King DDD, and it's his brother King EE.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to stop. I'm gonna need you to cancel your Switch on top of that because you don't get to play as Kirby anymore.
The trailer Jeff said DDD up there, so no.
Or
Yeah, I think he's King Double D.
King Double D.
Ooh.
Double D. God damn it.
Did you see them pecs? Like,
Dempex? No.
These pecs, double D's.
Alright, end this. Let's talk about the next game.
Alright.
Let's
The Honey Pop refs on the table. We're
Honey
moving on.
Pop for the Switch.
Honey Pop Switch, baby.
I get it.
How perfect of a transition would that be, though, if that was the next thing?
Since the last Puddles talk, I played Honey Pop. Great game. Go play it. And by great, I mean it's bad, but it's fun anyway.
Play it alone or with friends who are okay with loot stuff.
I think
Yes,
honestly,
Skyfall.
up next, one of these games like a little bit is Honey Pop. Like there's like wasn't there like a match 3 game?
wait, there's
Oh,
more stuff. I only have 2 more things. Maybe I just stopped caring
they
after
showed a bunch
Kirby.
of-
I'm
games.
rewatching a little bit of it right now just to
Yo,
confirm things.
golf story. That's
Golf
I like,
story.
wait, Snack, I just wanted to point out, like, when you said one of these games is Honey Pop, I'm like, how? And then you said match 3, I'm like, oh yeah, that's an aspect of the game. That's the gameplay of Honey Pop.
It's called Battle Chef Brigade. That's the Honey Pop game.
There it is. Yeah.
It's like an Adult Swim game or something.
Yeah,
like
look,
that.
I don't know. It doesn't look good.
I hate that art style.
It looks bad.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
coming out holiday.
Meat Boy, Endless Runner,
Meat Boy Forever.
Story.
Yes.
SteamWorld Dig 2,
yeah,
September
people like that,
21st.
I guess.
Although I
Nine
will say,
Parchment Holiday? Or no, 9 Parchment comes out holiday. I don't know why I didn't have that like separated or
yeah,
something.
Nine Parchment's basically Magica, but not Magica.
Oh. Not baby metal, but tiny metal.
I know. I was gonna make a baby metal joke. Damn it, Pixel! You beat me to
That
it.
looks like
I
an,
stole one of my jokes. Like, not yours.
that looks like an Advance Wars kind of thing, but like, wasn't there already that anyway?
Yeah.
Italian ones.
I mean,
GameCube.
Yeah, Battalion Wars. It didn't really do as good though.
No,
It-
well,
Yeah, I
like-
mean, like one that's coming out.
Yeah, there was like
oh,
something
right.
called like.
I don't know.
I know
There's
you're
a-
talking. I know
There is an
you're talking
Advance
about.
Wars looking game coming out.
Yeah,
isn't
I
there?
remember seeing that in something too.
What was
some
that?
director, maybe even E3.
Time to look it up.
Warbrew?
There's some other pretty cool games
Yeah,
Like,
it's called Warbrew.
for the big finale.
yeah.
I'm looking
So-
through these still.
I think Pix already answered, but it's called
Yeah, it's
Wargroove.
called. I said
Yeah.
it like twice.
Yeah, I missed. My bad.
I don't know why
Yeah.
you were saying group. I thought you were saying group, and I'm like, that doesn't sound right. But now that I know you were saying groove, I'm like, oh yeah, that is what it was
As
called.
long as Odin said it right.
Yeah. No, you said it right. I just misheard you, I think. But yeah, War Group, but that's not on this direct. So let's move on to the like little last showcase they had. Lost Sphere coming January 23rd.
Totally overshadowed by Octopath Traveler.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're going to be competing a lot, to be honest. 'cause
Completely
it's-
overshadowed by it. I
It's
think.
basically Bravely Default people versus classic Square Enix RPG. It's gonna be an issue.
That one just kind of looks like Chrono Trigger. Like, I don't know, every new, like, kind of indie-ish, well, I mean, this isn't an indie game, but any kind of game that looks kind of like that always has the characters do, like, an X strike, like, cross-slash thing. They all do.
Of
like,
course.
It's just the checkbox you need to check off to, like, have, like, a game that looks
It's
appealing
so cool.
to people. Like,
I mean, it's a cool
Lost
game.
Sphere does not look cool to me. It just looks kind of standard.
But like Chrono Trigger did it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you don't need more games.
Chrono
games.
Trigger is
with
also
X.
the best RPG.
Chrono Trigger
so...
did it, and that's all it needed. That's who needed to have done it.
They showed more Sonic Forces. You know, I remember I used to be like, you know, that's cool, Mania, whatever, but I'm more interested in seeing Sonic Forces. Now
It's what
Mania's
fun now.
Mania's out. I got it first day. Pretty solid game. Forces, I'm losing. I'm getting lost on.
I can't wait to play as Chili Dog the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
I'm still sticking to my guns of making Brian Griffin in the game and playing the whole game as him.
The release date has me a little concerned. It's pretty close to Odyssey.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Mm.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I will be
Uh,
interested in it again if it comes out and is met with rave reviews, which I don't think is likely to happen. If
I'll-
it is, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck is this? I'm
I mean,
probably
I'll-
gonna pick.
Two good Sonic games back
I'll
to
definitely
In
back.
a row.
The reviews are gonna have to be better than Sonic Mania on Forces for me to be like really excited for it.
For me, I'm gonna like just see what like I'm gonna just be like, okay, IGN, GameSpot. I'm not gonna care about those. I'm just gonna see what like all the YouTubers I care about. Like, what's some Call Me Johnny thing about it?
I need IGN to
team.
give it a 9 out of 10 at least before.
Oh yeah, that,
Exactly.
it's Sonic. That's never happening.
Like, this is the kind of game where, like, even if it gets a good review, like, I'm going to say 7.5 on the meh side of it. Like, it's not amazing, it's not bad, it's 7.5.
7.5 is a good score.
But because it's a modern Sonic game, air quotes everywhere, people are probably going to give it a pass because they've been burned too many times by Sonic, me included, for a lot of the games.
You know, Scooter says that means something.
I mean, it doesn't look unlike Generations.
I mean,
You know?
keep in mind, I'm the guy that Sonic Unleashed is my favorite Sonic game.
Yeah.
I've been burned by many modern Sonic games that I'm probably going to pass if it gets any lower than, like, an 8.5 or an 8.
I mean, guys, don't you know Sonic was never good? I guess
Sonic was never good.
Sonic was never good. All right, let's just leave it on
Let's
that.
leave it on that.
Go
Leave
to
it on that.
this is kind of cool. Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2 coming to Switch November
Was-
28th.
Had they ever announced this?
Yo,
They
This
did
is
like
the
a
first
little
time
bit
they've
before.
announced it, but basically it was a 3DS game if I remember right.
guys, this is my favorite Resident Evil game. Resident Evil Revelations.
I
Like,
really have been meaning to play it. I might get this.
it's really good.
Yeah.
Now, the funny thing is, I have the second one, and for PS3, and I haven't even played it. So I probably will play through Resident Evil Revelations 2 before this comes out, and then I'll see if there's anything new that they're gonna add to it. But like, seriously, this game has a pretty good single player to it. Like, at least this is the first one I'm speaking for. Has a pretty good single player. Has a really cool online co-op mode. And like, it just has like, it just goes back to a much like darker, like scary kind of vibe to it. Like, I can't recommend it more. Like, the year it came out, it was my favorite game of the year. It's probably my favorite 3DS title in general. Although, like, I guess like there's better versions like you can get now on like PS3 and stuff, and obviously this one will probably be better.
I will
too,
say, and this
but-
one's probably going to be amazing too,
yeah,
because it might
but-
incorporate motion controls for aiming instead of stick aiming.
Well, I used the stick aiming when I was playing it on there, actually. Even like, because that was one of the only games, like, back when the Circle Pad Pro came out, you could use that, but because I didn't have that, I remember I used like the face buttons for aiming, and I actually quite enjoyed it. I didn't think I would, but
That's actually what I did for Uprising, believe it or not.
yeah, it actually worked really well for that game. But like, I mean, that's I had to use what I had, I guess. But no, sorry, when I saw that this was coming out, I was like, what? I was like, all right, cool.
This
I was
was-
like,
It is pretty cool.
This was announced like a little bit before the direct, like a couple days, but like
yeah, I
it's still
didn't
really
see
cool.
that. Yeah, like I said, if you haven't played this and you're a little
Yeah.
bit interested in Resident Evil, this is good because it doesn't it doesn't really tie into any story. I mean, I'm sure it ties into Resident Evil Revelations
it's like a side
2.
story.
But like, yeah, it's like a side story that has the characters of the other story, and I mean, it kind of leads into one of the stories of like the later games. But you can just play it from where it is, and like you'll be fine. Like it doesn't leave you in the dark or anything.
It's
so.
like the Halo Reach of Resident Evil, from what I understand.
Okay,
A great game.
I know you're being facetious, but that actually kind of sells me because I fucking love Reach.
I'm not being facetious. I love Halo Reach too. It's a great game.
Isn't that your favorite Halo game?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Like I said, really recommend Revelations 1. Like I said, I can't speak for 2. I think they went in a different kind of like episodic kind of way for that one. So
I know you've been fanboying about the game. You clearly like it and all. So I just thought I would do you like the service of correcting you on how you've been saying it. It's Resident Evil Revelations.
no, that's an incorrect box art print from the original 3DS release. You're right. That did happen.
I know.
I know you've been fanboying about this game and like you're really into it, but like Yo-Yo's back in Kirby, dog. Come on.
You know what I thought you were about to say?
What?
Yokai Watch 2. I was waiting for that. Yokai Watch 2. Sold 3.5 million copies, guys. Alright? It's on its way to throw in Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Anybody remember how far back that was? God, this was a long video.
Long ass video.
This was like
I
We
think
might as well
still
go back to the first comment. Hey, how about the Goomba amiibo?
how good of a presenter is Koizumi, right? Like, let's talk about that.
12 quick balls, guys.
All right, we've hit all the high points.
LA Noire with all the DLC coming, and even more exclusive stuff November 14th on Switch.
You
That-
fuck young boys, Valdez.
That is actually the coolest thing, is that Rockstar is willing to give one of their best-selling games to Switch with more content than is available on any other version.
There's a Rockstar, like a real Rockstar game coming on a Nintendo console.
What about Chinatown?
Isn't Bully also
I was-
out for...
I was gonna say
about that?
Chinatown Wars is like an original game though, right? Like 4DS.
Yeah, for
wasn't it?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like
Isn't
this
isn't
is
Bully coming out? I thought I heard that too.
Maybe.
maybe. I think they might have talked about that at E3 actually.
Yeah, I think I heard that or something. Maybe not.
Alright. We ready to talk about the big finale?
Nah, this is who cares? It's coming.
Alright.
coming
Goodbye,
out soon.
everyone.
Goodbye.
Here we
Goomba
go
people.
on the rails.
Super fucking Mario.
Dude, guys, I'm still pretty fucking happy about Super fucking Mario.
Mario guys.
Super Mario, guys.
Yeah.
Super Mario. I mean, my
Okay.
second favorite Odyssey game to come out of this presentation. The first one, of course, being Etrian Odyssey.
Of course.
I was like, oh my god, they're spending the rest of the time on Odyssey. Like, how much more can they have to show? And like,
They
that-
have a
like,
lot.
I was worried, and then I'm like, okay, they're doing this
The
good.
thing is, they've shown a pretty good amount of this game, like a lot of it. I still feel like this is like 10% of what's in the game.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
just
You know?
skimming the surface.
Yeah.
Considering the main point, they didn't say it, but someone figured it out by on the website or something. 600 moons to collect.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
There is so much shit happening in every single fucking clip of this game. Like, if you're looking in the background or something, there's, like, shit back there, like, all kinds of stuff, like, happening, like, going on. Like, there's, like, a million fucking little weird enemies that you can probably take over the power of, like...
This is crazy.
It's so dense. There's really just so much going on. It's the Star Wars Episode 1 of fucking Mario, I have to say.
Yeah, Sonic was never good.
It's gonna be overrated, though.
You know what's cool? The one thing I took away from this is that each level has like a billion things to get.
Yeah, that's what
Exactly.
that's what I...
Like it's
that's what I was-
like they show like a scrolling list of like here's 50 of these moons to get in a level or something.
Here's
like,
50 of the moons. Oh, by the way, it keeps going. Like, oh.
He's like, here's a list of things you can do, and it's just like scrolling by really fast, like.
And unlike the damn blue coins from Sunshine, they actually give you hints of where stuff is, so they're not
Absolutely.
cryptic as hell.
I wanna.
Oh,
I wrote down
yes.
a couple little notes of the new stuff that I think is cool.
Me too.
Peach's tiara is now a little ghosty girl.
Yeah.
Like it's the sister of
Yeah.
Cappy.
And she got a
Mario's
redesign too, or something
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that.
Bowser's hair is gelled over to the side. I don't know if we've... I mean, that's probably always been like that, but I just noticed it now, and it's fucking
Hipster Bowser.
amazing. It's it's like... Yeah. You can turn into a little lizard that runs around and you can glide. That's fucking awesome.
That lizard is the most
Yeah.
awkward yet adorable thing.
He's so good. They showed off the beach level, which looks like Beach Bowl Galaxy, my fucking heart and soul, so I'm pretty into that.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to Mario's nipple.
Oh, you can yeah, Mario can be shirtless. You can free run with Koopa the Quick. Like, there's like a Koopa the Quick like parkour squad that you can race.
Koopa the Quicks.
Yeah, Koopa's the Quick.
The Quick Boys.
The quick boy.
Sonic was never good.
Oh, there's a meme mode. There's a shit post mode in the game where you can
Yeah,
like
there
take like
is.
really customizable screenshots from what it looks
Yeah,
like.
that was amazing.
The
Like,
dude in the trailer even mentions and share him on social media. Like they knew. This
Rest
is
in peace, Beavers.
Twitter bait meme mode of the game.
Oh, there's for sure gonna be some ridiculous.
I do like
stuff.
it, but something about that I noticed that I think is probably going to happen, but also, again, a little bit of worry factor is that they have this mode set up, but I know what they're doing behind the scenes is that they'll give you that picture mode and it's going to look beautiful and gorgeous, but as soon as it unpauses, it might like scale back the graphics again for real-time play.
Well, yeah.
Somebody's going to complain about that, obviously, but
There's a vaporwave filter. There's like an aesthetic filter. The eel is back. Did you guys catch that? The like this. He looks fucking terrifying.
the eel's back, Dory's back.
Unagi,
Actually,
or whatever his name
I'm
is.
Snack, you just like I'm glad you're here because you sound like a kid on Christmas about Odyssey.
I'm so excited for
Looks
it.
so good.
It's so good. I think that's about all I have.
Guys, I think I'm not gonna get it because I want Bowser to win.
Yeah, Odin. Just,
You don't know.
you're like a little
wins.
kid who thinks the characters in movies are real, Odin. That's what I'm getting from you right now.
Wait, what?
Okay. So I wanted to touch on a few points that Snubbo missed on. Well, I think first of all, there's a jump rope game.
Hot rope jump.
Yo, there's a dog you can play hat fetch with, and the dog wears a little hat too.
Oh yeah, that's. He's just a good boy.
You sure he's just not possessed by Mario?
He's already like the. So I've been noted. I think this is my theory. I think everything in the world of this game like has a hat, kind of. Like,
Yeah.
because the dog's wearing like a little fedora, and I think there's some sort of like a hat sentience like world building thing going on
Well,
here.
they
'Cause
mentioned if things already have hats, you can't possess it.
Maybe
So
'cause
not everything has. They mentioned that. They said
Well,
if
but-
something's wearing a hat, you can't take control of
the
it.
thing, the T-Rex also wears a little hat, and you can be him.
Maybe not that one though.
Maybe not that one.
I-
Maybe
I
you're
was-
right.
I was gonna say,
It's just a real T-Rex that can kill you. I'm sorry.
I bet-
Yeah,
I
you
bet-
can also just be a T-Rex. By the
Yeah.
way, in Mario, Mario
You
can
can-
throw his hat onto a T-Rex, and
And
he's a
yeah,
T-Rex.
You can just rampage. What if you just rampage through New Donk as a T-Rex?
Be awesome. Wait, no. Okay, so all right, never mind. Go ahead, Taryn.
I was gonna say.
I'm just thinking of that donkey video now.
I was gonna say. Well,
Battle.
first of all, you think you mentioned the dog had that hat? You think he he runs up to Mario and he's like, he just barks and is a good boy, and then he runs up to Paulie and he goes, "M'lady."
Yeah, I
Quality
think he
jokes.
does do that.
Because he has a fedora. There's a jump rope game, and so hopefully little less little easier objective than maybe like the one in Alexandria.
Nice, good ref.
Yeah.
No one
Um,
gets that joke.
I got it.
Oh,
Odin,
oh.
Odin got it too.
Well,
right.
Half of us got it.
No one has played Final Fantasy IX, I guess, according to Odin. No one just played that game.
There was one other thing I thought looked really cool, and it's that. So, they also showed this. There's like a Mario, Mario 3, Mario World-esque kind of world map thing, where it's or like Mario Galaxy 2 basically. You pick the area you want to on a map, but they showed a really tiny clip of Mario in the desert world jumping into a painting that looks like it goes to New Donk City. So it looks like in world you can go from world to world. They're kind of interconnected. So maybe you can take the T-Rex out of the prehistoric level into another one. And if you find a painting.
To be fair,
All right, I'm taking the T-Rex to Manhattan. Godzilla all over again.
Well, no, because to be fair, they said like when they were listing the levels, they were like naming kingdoms and then naming the levels. Yeah. Maybe like you select the kingdom and then there's like sub levels in them, like because it said Metro Kingdom, New Donk City, like. Maybe Metro Kingdom's like a huge place, and then New Donk City's just an area in it.
I thought that was sort of more an aesthetic thing, just because like Mario's from the Mushroom Kingdom, so
yeah,
like
possible,
for the scale of the game to like have him traveling like the entire world, they kind of set it up like that.
You know what's
right?
You know what? Now that you're saying this, Lance actually joked about something that is sounding like it could be like okay, like just hear me out. He was saying this. He was like, what if like just the entirety of Mario 64 was just in the game. You know what I mean? Whoa. Like if you can go into like Peach's castle and you can go on the paintings and stuff.
the
like,
throwback kingdom.
Like what if though? Like it doesn't sound like it's too far out of reach if it's gonna have this much stuff in it.
Yeah, you never know. I'm sure there's. Like... I'm very convinced there's like really exciting stuff they're saving.
I think Peach's castle would be. I bet you can go on Peach's castle and there's stuff in there.
I was gonna say.
I'm thinking we're gonna revisit that.
You were talking about like the whole like the moon. Like this kind of reminds me a little bit of the plot of Galaxy where like the moons move the starship or whatever.
Yeah.
Like or like the starship
Stars
Mario
move
or
the
observatory. Yeah, like the moon moves the Odyssey, which is the name of the ship, as we found out.
Mm-hmm.
Did we already know that?
I think we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I couldn't remember. But yeah, so little Mario Galaxy-ish. Lots of new costumes and hats. Just
and there was a Pauline Goomba. I'm sorry. There's too much.
There's so much to talk about. It's such a, You know what? All right.
Pauline's gonna be the bad guy of the game.
This was a minute less, like, in the presentation. This was, like, a minute shorter than the Xenoblade thing. We've had so much more to talk about with this.
Oh, yo, and the amiibo scanning guy is like a little DJ Roomba.
Uncle Amiibo.
Uncle Amiibo.
Yeah.
Okay, it's basic as all hell, but it's adorable.
Big Unk.
Big Unk. Uncle Rex.
Uncle Rex.
That's what I thought of when I saw that.
Uncle Rex Amiibo.
I think we're talking
Best game
about
ever. 10 out of 10. It's overrated though.
Solid.
Yo, and I'm gonna get it along with the Switch bundle that they announced.
So you're gonna buy that game and you're gonna get the bundle?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy the bundle. Well, because the Switch doesn't have it comes with a downloaded copy. It's not a physical, so duh. No, I'm not gonna do that.
Caveman Mario? I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, there's like a Joe and Mac Mario.
Joe and Mac Mario? Okay, I'm with you on that actually.
So I think I saw a comment about this, but think about it. Caveman Mario, huh? Granddad!
Granddad!
No, number 7 granddads in the game.
Yeah.
That's pretty messed up.
Flintstones.
Flintstones?
What if they knew? What if Nintendo knew?
They're like, oh, we should put a Flintstones.
Like how much? They could have easily seen the memes and implemented that.
Like what if the slider music's in it and it turns into Flintstones?
Oh no! Oh my god!
Like there's no way.
No, there's not. That's not gonna happen.
But what if what if the caveman world has that song like in it? Like like they would know. Like then that would just sell it. Like they just know. They buy in.
Yeah. I think I'd believe it at that point.
I would believe it at that point.
Sonic was never good.
Sonic was never good.
That's a good way to end, actually.
Yeah. Any final thoughts?
Anyone
The
have
summation
decided?
of the direct is that there is going to be a metric load of RPGs for RPG fans, but there's going to be enough for people who don't play RPGs to be interested.
Yeah.
There, not everything in this direct I was interested in. I think maybe even just a third of the games or like the time spent here was stuff I at least even cared that much about. But they showed a lot of stuff. Like this was a good direct.
Good content.
I think when you look at the Switch and I guess technically 3DS still, just compared to like the Wii U generation, there is stuff coming and there's stuff for every single gamer. Like pretty much like you, Snack. There were like only like 2 or 3 things in the direct I was really that interested in. But just the fact that there is all this other stuff that other people can get excited in, like the Switch is already, I think, doing better than the Wii U.
and here's the other thing. I guess like, so I mean we've gotten Zelda and we're getting Mario like in a month already, which is a huge start for like any Nintendo console. But even though there's like a ton of stuff I think coming out, it feels like a lot of the big Nintendo franchises haven't come out yet. Even like there's a lot of like staying power.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we're seeing Kirby, yeah, and Metroid Prime 4 is gonna come out, and there'll probably be a
it's
new.
hiding out there.
I would love a new fucking Kid Icarus, like that in the style of Uprising.
That would
Or,
be
like
cool.
we know Animal Crossing is gonna come out on it, like
At some
probably
point.
too. 'Cause it's portable now.
I was
Right.
gonna say. Oh, go ahead.
Well, no, well definitely we don't because Animal Crossing's #confirmed dead, but like.
Yeah.
But like I wouldn't be surprised because there's talk of them wanting to do it. Like there's potential for Pikmin 4 on the horizon with 4 playable characters.
Like, I guess that's the thing is like even though there's a lot of content already and a lot that's also been shown already, like it feels like there's, we haven't like we're scratching the surface basically.
Yeah.
So,
It's like, here's the thing. If Yoshi, well, I guess there'd be Prime 4 still, but I was going to say, if Yoshi and Kirby came out in, like, March, pretty much everything we've talked about will be in year 1 still.
yeah, pretty crazy.
Because it came out March this year.
I don't.
Are we counting Star Fox 2 as the Star Fox
No,
representation?
Well, that's not on the Switch.
No.
that's not on Switch.
I know.
I think Prime 4 will probably be at the earliest holiday next year.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll see another Star Fox being real. Like, I like Star Fox, but just because of how bad Zero sold and how much it got flagged, I don't think we'll see a Star Fox.
Here's the
They could
thing,
just make it a good Star
yeah,
Fox.
if the
and then
Switch
it's
is
fine.
selling great, they're probably gonna pull out more of that kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know?
People are like, just get used to the controls. Oh, you mean these awkward, like really awkward controls that they could just make a better game instead? They could easily bring back they could make a better game. People.
I think I do like Zero, but, like, the controls could have been better.
It's dumb.
But you don't even like Star Fox, Odin.
You're right, but I beat the original game. I liked it.
I quote Odin on this, Star Fox 64, whatever, who the fuck cares.
Star Fox
I mean,
was never
like,
good.
I didn't even taste it.
Play Star Fox 64. It's such a good game.
Yo, this is random, but like, it just goes hand in hand with like some of the stuff we've talked about today. I follow like a Twitter Nintendo Wire, I think it is.
Yeah, I
like,
followed
yeah.
that
a
one
lot.
too.
I think I do too.
One of the funniest, I mean, it wasn't even a joke, but one of the funniest tweets I saw like the other day was like, available to pre-order on Amazon, Doom and Snipper clips. Like, it's, it's like, all right.
That's pretty
Just like
good.
that funny that was just both in the same.
Yeah, like in what universe?
Yeah, right. That's so. I don't know. It looks like there's a lot for.
I can't wait for the Doom and Snipper Clips Switch bundle coming out, probably.
Doom and Snipper Clips, the ultimate team, and it's
Yeah.
like the Battletoads Double Dragon, like they're doing like the fist pump.
I'm always imagining like half the box is like fucking Doom art of like the Doom guy like brutally fucking like murdering a demon, and then the other half is just like the Snipper Clips.
Like one of those like those like half games, like how,
Yeah.
like Marvel Ultimate Alliance and Forza, they were like kind of like a half on the.
Oh,
I had
and
that.
also it has like it's got like Reggie right in the middle, and on the Doom side, like he's like flipping the camera off, and on the Snipper Clip side, he's like giving a thumbs up or something. It's like split down his face.
He's got like a thumbs up, but like in the Doom side of his head is like all demonic and stuff.
Yeah, he's just like dead or something. He's got blood all over him.
Just, I said this on Twitter, so I'm going to recount that too. But like, this presentation made me go, we're back to where we were in the GameCube era, where there is something for everybody. Nobody's being left out, age demographic or genre preference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like if this level of like game flow, like not even like just this amount, like you said, amount of variety and steadiness of release keeps up, like it's good times are on the horizon.
You know, actually, it's funny you should mention that, Scooter, because the Switch kind of goes back to the GameCube also in that it's portable.
Okay, I'm going to slap you for that one. That's stupid.
Got a handle, guys.
Because of the handle, you see.
Guys, there's a handle, so it's a portable console. Just like the bag that you'll need to put your wires and games in also has a handle, and you could also just put the GameCube or any console in.
The GameCube is so underrated, guys.
Full on slap, upside the head, handful of Legos. I'm not messing around in this one.
The GameCube was as underrated as Mario Odyssey is overrated. I think.
Oh my god.
Look at the two extreme sides of like the scale for that.
All right, I'm not trying to be negative here, all right? But like there is a lot of great stuff coming out for the Switch. A lot of it's first party though. Like Bethesda's on board. EA Sports is on board in 2K. So like if EA is like let's see some Battlefront or something like that, right? Let's get that on here, right? Like let's see like Activision, let's see Capcom. I don't know. Like, let's see these third parties.
The mumbliest
up.
Capcom.
Like Square is on here, but like they're on here with their weird exclusively for Switch stuff, right?
Which is nothing new.
Let's see FF7 remake on here, right? I think the Switch will be a serious contender when those kind of, like, don't get me wrong. Obviously, like Nintendo has like a really unique market, and there's a lot of cool Nintendo stuff coming out for it. But I think for it to become just like the console to get, I think it's got to have the stuff that's coming out for literally everything else.
I do agree with that.
I think that's the last thing that's missing from this, like you said, from this being like the perfect thing.
Right, because you got games coming out for Switch, and then you have games coming out for Xbox One, PS4, and PC, right? Like you got to get Switch into that, and then we're good. Because Nintendo already has a killer first party. They just need to get the third party, and like they showed like I saw like comparison shots of like Doom, like on the other stuff compared to Nintendo Switch. It's almost identical. It's crazy. So like it can be done. So.
Well, I think the thing is, like, now that the killer, like, Nintendo first parties killer apps, Mario and even Breath of the Wild still are out, like, I feel like all they need is for the console to sell a lot.
Yeah.
And then there will be more draw for that first party stuff. It was the problem with the Wii U. It was the problem with the Wii. Well, I mean, the Wii sold huge, but no one fucking,
Yeah,
honestly, actually, a lot of the Wii U had some third-party stuff that came out. Yeah, a lot of it came out with the other games, but it was less powerful.
It was
handle that.
And a lot of it was similar in the fact where like we're getting like Elder Scrolls, right? Like like that's been out for 8 years. Like, I don't know if it's been 8 years, but it feels like at this point. But a lot of the third-party stuff that came out for Wii U was stuff that had already come out for the most part, and it was only for like a year, maybe two tops, and like obviously the Wii U didn't sell well, so like, you know what, we're not gonna waste our time on this. So, but hopefully, considering the Switch has regular controls, that they will be a little more willing to port their games, even if it's not as technically powerful as some of the new stuff in PC, that they'll try that.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, the other thing is, like, I feel like the difference between, like, Xbox One, PS4, and then Switch is, like, you know, I really don't think it's a power issue at all because the 360 was less powerful than the PS3, and those all got the same games.
Yeah.
Like it's just about market.
I just wanted to say, Fighter Z, please, come on, do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Look.
Xenoverse 2 is coming with additional content, so...
Yeah, see, I keep seeing like post about that game on Switch, and then I'll just see like a Dragon Ball Z thing, and then I'll see it says Nintendo Switch, and for a second I'll always be like, and then I'll read it and it'll say Xenoverse 2, and I'm like, oh. Not to say Xenoverse and Xenoverse 2 are bad games. I'm just not really that interested in them, even though I'm like
care about that.
a big Dragon Ball Z guy. I don't know. Xenoverse just never looked that interesting to me.
Dragon Ball Xenoverse was never good.
Wow, glad we made a meme at the last minute of this. But I was just gonna say,
Yeah, we should
like,
end.
Fighter Z doesn't even like it looks
My
really
bad.
cool.
I'm sorry.
I just got one more point about this.
This
It looks
is final
really good.
thoughts.
Alright.
It looks like the art style looks really cool, but it doesn't look like something technically like, oh my god, you can only do that on the next gen. Like, I think they could put it on Switch and it'd be fine.
They
You can
could.
put it on Switch, but it would, like a lot of the ports, it would be like running 30-ish frames.
I don't even think that's
it would
true.
have to.
I think it could just come right to Switch. It's
I
an
mean, it's
anime
still
fighting game.
It's still a 2D sideways game.
Yeah, there's not a lot of... It's not extreme. It's not extreme in its graphics. I'm not
I mean,
arguing with you there.
One Piece whatever was on GameCube, so
Want to do my fireball
the
motion?
biggest disappointment of my life, by the
Oh my
way.
God.
Odin thought it was an RPG.
I was like, oh, this is made by the same people who did Tales of Symphonia. I didn't even know it was an anime, and oof, it hurt.
Oof.
Odin experienced One Piece and didn't even know it was an anime, guys.
That's pretty funny.
And it was just the worst thing I ever experienced.
Alright, any more thoughts?
Yeah, anybody
Yeah,
have
One
Slim
Piece
Pixel? Best thing?
I gave my thoughts already, but I mean, mine's pretty obvious. Like, I'm obviously excited for Odyssey. I'm excited for Fire Emblem Warriors, and I'm excited for the new Kirby as well. And interested to see how the Mario Party thing is going to turn out, but we'll see about that, I guess.
Pixel?
I was just gonna say about the fighters thing, like it'll probably take a while if it does, just because different companies have different rules for what can. That's why it's like the indie games are taking so long to get to the thing with the regulations and stuff like that. And overall, pretty
Yes and no.
yeah, pretty excited about most of the stuff coming out. I'll still get Pokemon probably. Mario Party maybe. We'll see. Kirby, yes, and Super fucking Mario, according to Rihanna.
Pretty excited
Rihanna's
about
on
Super
board.
Mario, guys.
Rihanna's so goddamn
Pixel's source-cited Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Dude, the tweet exists. She said
stole our meme.
Super fucking Mario. She said it in like 2014. The same year, I'm pretty sure Oprah said he on Twitter. Oprah and Rihanna are beating us to the meme.
Hold on, let me just
Oh, that was
dust
it. That
we
was
just have to dust off this
2014?
meme.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just like we keep finding these things that get retweeted randomly, like that we find out about on Twitter, and they just fit into our fucking like meme narrative, like
Guys,
just
we just ripped
inexplicably.
off Rihanna and Oprah.
Yeah, they are ahead of us
Like-
in terms of memes.
Somehow though, we're just like the nexus of the internet universe. Like we're in the middle of all points converge at Puddle Plains somehow, and just it's truly a terrifying
Can't
thing,
wait
really.
to see
Maybe we
the
just bend time and actually.
I think we,
they
yeah, I
were-
think it's
we were
something like
actually the inspiration.
Rihanna and Oprah have seen the future, the good future, where we're at like the most successful YouTube channel.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. We inspired Rihanna.
I was just gonna say, what if we like?
What if they've seen the Japes race?
What if
Oh
they,
my God.
what if they've seen the Poke MMO playthrough?
Oh.
I was gonna say we're gonna find out in 2014 Taylor Swift tweeted sub 30 japes or something. Alright, I think that's a good point to end on.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you stayed on board. This is long.
Nobody is here anymore.
Good night, everybody.
Sizzle.
Good love, Evo.
Yo, I was gonna say. I was gonna see that. Damn it.
Keep the sense.